Hello, everybody. Hello! Welcome to Saturday night, man. Saturday night, Edmonton Oilers. I'm so glad we get to follow up such a boring game with such a good one. You know it's going to be delicious tonight. Edmonton, Vegas. They have not sang the national anthems yet because they love to take their time, but that's all right. That's all right. I hope you guys all had a great day. Recorded with Steve and Jesse today. I got out to Sport Check, bought myself a new pair of running shoes. And then I went home and I watched the remaining episodes of Andor. So I am all caught up. And oh my God, that's the greatest show on television. And you can't tell me otherwise. It's amazing. Now, the national anthems. There they go. By the way, we got to show you this crazy stat during the anthems here. Okay. So here's the deal. The Edmonton Oilers might win the cup. And here's how I know. Jesse sent this stat through. Is it up on the screen, Hayden? It's Edmonton year-to-year playoff goal differential without McDavid and Draisaitl. Okay? So this is next to my head now. 16-17, 32%. 19-20, 50%. 20-21, 29%. 21-22, 45%. 22-23, 41%. Last year, 36%. And this year, 64%. Meaning that they're really, really good without the two best players in the friggin' world. Guys, were we all sleeping on the Oilers? We were. I think even Oilers fans were sleeping on the Oilers. I don't think any of you knew it was going to be like this. Oh my God. Now, bit of a hitch in the giddy up tonight. Calvin Pickard injured. Stuart Skinner in. Stuart Skinner has not won a game in the playoffs. Calvin Pickard has won all of them. He got run a little bit at the end of the game against Vegas. I don't think intentionally. And it's going to be a real interesting time to see if this works or not. Stuart Skinner's got to pull it together here because his team is playing really good. And it's time for Stuart Skinner to play really good. Play like he did going all the way to the finals last year. Oh, there's a baby in the crowd. Look at that. Mr. Haywood Jabloni dropping one SDPN membership. Damn. Haywood, thank you so much. By the way, shout out everybody in Gripper Nation. Welcome. You could have been anywhere in the world right now, but you're here with me. It's Saturday night. I'm using my wife's Yeti. It's pretty aggressively big, eh? It's a coffee, but it's just huge. This thing's a monster. It's like 4 pounds. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I was also I just want to tell you that I was watching a murder documentary. I don't know what it was called on Netflix before I went. And I have to tell you, it was pretty sad. This is so much better. My wife hates scary movies, loves a murder doc. I'm like, isn't it scarier that it happened in real life? And for some reason, for her, it's not. I don't know. Crowd singing the anthem. Who's fired up? Who's ready to go? Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready for them to drop the puck. Anthems are so boring. Let's get to it. I think they put the anthems in there just to torture you a little bit longer before they drop the puck. Wes Richard gifting 5 SDPN memberships. Wes, we love you, buddy. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you. I don't know if the stream is set up for Steve's volume, but I had to turn the volume all the way up from yesterday. I don't know. Is it, Hayden? Is it possible for me to get louder? Oh, you adjust Steve's mics lower. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Are you able to turn mine up? Can we jack it to 110%? Thank you. All right, we're about to get a face-off. Oh, we just did. Damn. Okay. All right. Well, let's not show the face-off on television. Diane Searcy dropping 10 SDPN memberships. Diane, you rock. Thank you so much. Edmonton Oilers, Vegas Golden Knights underway from Edmonton, Alberta. Home ice advantage didn't matter for the Golden Knights. We'll see if being away is better. Yikes. They find themselves in quite the position. Even worse than the Panthers, because at least the Panthers were not at home in the first 2 games against the Leafs. The Leafs were at home. In this particular instance, we got a team on the road that's got to try to get 1 or 2. I mean, don't you think they want to go back to Vegas tied up? I do. There's Jack Eichel looked really, really dangerous last game. Didn't finish, but boy, I thought if anybody was going to score in OT, it was probably going to be him. He was awesome. Mojo Paw. Hi, Adam. Go Oil. What's up, Mojo Paw? Go Oil. Dorofeev is back for Vegas. Yeah, it's good. The Leafs are the only division winner left to not lose a home game in the second round. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's cool. Well, division winner. Oh, damn. Jets, Golden Knights, and Caps all last game. Isn't it interesting that we got all 4 division winners through to the second round, too? Shows you that it does sometimes matter. Out on the tile says, please put up a clock. It's harder than you'd think. We're going to have to find a workaround for that, but we're not going to be able to get one up tonight. I will, once Sportsnet gives you, they have not given me the time because they're announcing the lineup through the score bug. Here it is, 18:30. Oh, it was a fake drop of the puck, but 18:30 left in the first period, guys. So that way you can align your stream with me. There you go. Puck is actually dropped that time. Nugent Hopkins won it, but Vegas gets possession. 18:20. For anybody wanting to catch up, 18:20. I bet the vibes in Edmonton were just immaculate this afternoon. It looked like a sunny day. I even saw some people in shorts. I don't even know what the weather was, but I feel like Edmontonians had a good day today. And now they just want to have a good night. Stuart Skinner makes his first save since game 2 against Los Angeles, when it looked like the Oilers might not win another game. Crazy. Hayden said, "What? What? Who was the upset in the first round?" Oh, technically Edmonton, LA. Yeah, no. I didn't even see that as an upset. Oh, here we go. Hyman. Oh. Nice play over to Kane. That line has been super effective. I guess Panthers is an upset, but let's be honest, Tampa seemed like a bit of a paper tiger. Francois LaBelle, hey Adam, finally a weekend game. I don't have to get up early tomorrow. I can watch the whole stream unless this old man falls asleep on the couch. Do not underestimate the power of the couch. Francois, I'd be right there with you, buddy. I love a good couch sleep. There's something about it. Naps is it true that naps are better on the proper couch? Because I think they are. Oh, nice play. Arvidsson drives the net. This fourth line for the Oilers has been a factor the entire time. It said 17-21 for a really long time. The score bug. Oh, there we go. 17-12 left in the first period. Aiden. Oh, they're chanting Aiden. Aiden. Oh, here we go. Oilers keep it in. Shot goes wide. And out of play. Wes Richard, what happened to Pickard? I played 36 holes of golf today. Apparently missed a bunch. So Pickard's injured, and we don't know why. We don't know with what. We know why. He was run at the end of the game by Vegas. Again, I don't think it was on purpose. Just, typical crashing the net. And he is out. He is out. Too many sodiums. Naps are the best in bed. Snuggle up with my dog. I take those any day. See, again, I feel like I sleep better in bed at night, better on the couch with the TV on during the day. Now you're making me yawn. Come on, man. You can't make me yawn like that. We just got started here. Draisaitl. McDavid behind the net. Perry out front with like 3 Vegas guys on him. Bouchard with a bomb. And that rebound is not collected by an Oiler. Bouchard is able to get in the way of the Vegas stretch pass. Corey Perry over to McDavid. Back to Nurse. To Bouchard. To Draisaitl. Down to McDavid. The puck is intercepted. Oh, Oilers almost intercept. Vegas is way out. Eichel line matched with Connor McDavid. And by the way, that hasn't seemed to bother them too much. Christian Malley. Yo, what's up, Christian? Thanks for dropping that STPN membership. Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you. 15:55 in the first. Man, Edmonton is alive to start this game. Those legs are working. There's Evander Kane, Nuge, and Hyman again. Really effective second line. I mean, it's really hard to say any of the Oilers lines haven't been good. That's the scary part about these guys is they do really roll four. And they roll four dangerously. Francois Lebel, where's your microwave coffee? Today, my friend, it is fresh out of the Nespresso and into this. Spencer Grayson, Adam, show your feet. You know what you got to pay the toll. Toll's 1,000 likes, guys. We're nowhere close. We're nowhere close. Taylor Shoma, Adam, my edibles just kicked in. Bring on the grippers. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. It's Saturday night. Enjoy those edibles. Robert Zukas, Adam, you need to watch BoJack Horseman. I know. Jesse's been raving about that show for years, and Jesse has good taste. He's got good taste in shows. Actually, like with the amount of hockey Jesse watches, I don't know where he has the time because I certainly don't have it. Dontro, Adam, have you tried the Nespresso strawberry white chocolate coffee? I have not. Sometimes with those flavored coffees, I'm worried. They do have a flavor that's like a strawberry or a raspberry raspberry coffee, and it is the most insane flavor whenever we get it or whenever it's available, which is like once every 2 years. My wife and I are like, get it, buy it now. That strawberry white chocolate sounds good. I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I should have it. Some of them taste like crap. Like there was like a peppermint one for Christmas, and we had it, and we each had one. We're like, this is awful. I hate this. Please. Hayden asked if I have a fan of cinnamon. I was born with cinnamon. I love cinnamon. But is there a cinnamon Nespresso? I don't know. Yeah. Well, so this is the thing. Wes Richard, petition to have Wes McCauley no longer ref Leaf games. 0-9 with him refing in the playoffs, 0-2 in the regular season. I despise sharing a name with him. Wes, you are single-handedly saving the name Wes. All right? Or Wesley. I'm just saying. It isn't your fault. Oh, and can we have him banned? No, unfortunately, we can't. Spencer Grayson, Adam's hairline is the best out of the SDP crew. None of us are losing our hair, though. We just have... Oh, Barbashev almost had one, but Skinner's got it, and they're yelling, Stu. We've all had the same hairlines forever. Steve used to just not do his hair up, so it used to sit like here. It was like the bucket cut. All right, what else we got here? I'm just checking the chat. There's a couple anyone but Edmontons in the chat tonight. I am surprised. Really? Anyone but Edmonton. Oh, coffee. The best. I thought you guys just said 0-10 on the podcast today. Pete, you might be right. I believe it was 0-2 in the regular season, and it is now 0-10. The way it's written by scouting the refs is a bit weird. So yeah. Jacob Pratt. People hate us because they ain't us, Adam. Yeah, you know what, Jake? Honestly, this has been I watched most of the Oilers hockey games last playoffs, but they're better this year. They're better. J.D. Witherby, I want all three Canadian teams to advance to the next round. Believe me. Me too. Do you have any idea how bad I want that to happen? First off, it's great for business. Second, the narrative, the storyline. Listen, think about it like this too, because there's only a few of us here, right? There's like 470 people here. We're all hanging out. It's like a nice, cozy atmosphere. Imagine the storylines. Canada takes Four Nations face-off from the United States. Canada takes the Stanley Cup back from the States and then follows it up next year. Canada takes gold medal in men's hockey and women's hockey from the States at the Olympics. That is what I'm hoping for. That's the three-peat I'm looking for in my life right now. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. That's what I want. Says if Oil and Buds make it, 40 plus million will watch. Absolutely. And you know what the rest of Canada will do if Edmonton and Toronto make it? They'll hate on both teams. They'll be like, I hope both teams lose. And you know what Edmonton and Toronto fans can do? Go, yeah, it's cool. It sucks to suck, doesn't it? Hey, Canadian Girl 83 dropping 5 SDPN memberships to Tim Harris, Adam Chapman, G10 Marty, Jacqueline K. Sorry, Jacqueline, you're already a member. And then Mojo Pa. Jacqueline K. The song and commercial is killing my soul. Is that the Lay It on the Line? It couldn't be Lay It on the Line. Give me the trivia. When was the last time the Oilers were up 3-0 in a playoff series? Oh, man. 3-0? I don't think it's been in the McDavid era. I'm going to give you the era. I can't really remember, but I'm going to say it's their cup run with Dwayne Rollison and Chris Pronger in like 2005, 2006. I nailed the year. I got the year, guys. I remember watching that and being like, go Oilers. Like, it was so great. The Leafs didn't make the playoffs, so I was like cheering for the Oilers. Oh, man. Who would it be? I'm going to go round 3. Yeah! I have no idea who that was against. Who was it against? They went up 3-0 and won in 5 against the Mighty Ducks. So the Oilers have not had a 3-0 on any team since the Ducks in 05-06. So this is guys, we're watching like history tonight. Damn. I watched the shit out of the Oilers that run. It was awesome. Oh, here we go. Scores, of course. Hey, this is the first time in 6 games the Oilers have scored first. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? 6 straight come from behind victories. And we all were saying, hey, maybe they should just let him score. And Corey Perry did. Oh, nameless Oilers fan. We're going to lose now. We're so superstitious. It's hilarious. Yeah, dude. This is great. Nice shot. Corey Perry, who's got the best job in hockey right now. Oh, you've got to play with McDavid and Draisaitl. I think Henrique was out there for that one, but that is literally this man's job. Amy Jo Green, Adam, the absolute whiplash I had when I heard Tim's voice on the Kimi Antonelli Netflix documentary, F1 Superstar Reporter. Yeah, man. Tim, first off, they never asked him. They never got a release. I don't even know where the audio is from, but Tim texted us today. He's like, guys, I'm in the Kimi Antonelli documentary. Woo! So he's not upset. Oh, here we go. Oilers might do it again. Oh. Hyman just put it high. Great setup there, and I think somebody's going to the box, and it's probably is Pietrangelo going to the box, or is it Kane? The patriotism in me is cheering for a Canadian team versus the hater in me cheering against Corey Perry. Man, for those that don't remember Corey Perry in his worm prime, you really did miss a total bastard. Like the worst guy. But, oh man, Kane caught him high. Holy smokes. Yeah, Kane caught him real high there. Oh, yeah. Now, listen, Pietrangelo did try to chop Darnell Nurse's arm off 2 years ago in the playoffs. So Draisaitl's arm off in the playoffs. It wasn't Nurse. So 2-minute penalty, illegal check to the head. Yeah. Listen, I know as an Oilers fan, you don't want to hear this. That was a penalty. We don't want headshots in the game. But let me say this. Oilers, good PK. Emo Jalapeno, a toasted butternut English muffin with thin mozzarella slices, cinnamon powder, and maple syrup. Trust me. Really? I've never heard of that. I'm open. By the way, Emo Jalapeno, Hayden says you lost him on the cheese and maple syrup. But, maybe it's like a little bit of salty and that's cut with the sweet, right? Interesting. These you know what? I like it. 11:39, 122 left on the power play. Vegas, no shot so far, but there's probably one coming. Oh, man, great play. Edmonton is very, very aggressive on the PK, especially Zach Hyman. Here's another person if, the Leafs had hung on to Zach Hyman. Would be sure cool to have him on the PK. Wow. Caught Pietrangelo up high. Yeah, they're showing it again. It's a penalty. All right. 1:11 left in the power play. 11:25 left in the first period. Jiayu Wang, I have not forgot about the goalie intentional goal 2017. You know what? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember what you're talking about. I forget things all the time, so that's probably why. 11:05 left in the first. Oh, Oilers almost score on themselves. Vegas gets some rebounds. Stuart Skinner's looking good. He's looking sharp. This is what you needed. Maybe he needed just a break, like a mental, okay, I got to breathe here. He could have been. I know he's injured at various points this year. Maybe the week and a half off did him some good. He's looking strong. Here comes Vegas again. Oh man, that stick broke for the Vegas player there who took the shot. Eichel. Oh man, Hurdle had one there. Had it. You got to put it on the net, Tomash. Man, Stuart Skinner looks real good. He looks real good. Oh, here we go, Edmonton! Scores! Oh, what? That didn't go in? Oh, they might score again here. Oh my God. Draisaitl, I guess, put one off the post. I thought that was in. Wow. What a dude. Oh, here we go. Carlson. Edmonton just scores at will. It's crazy. Oh, that might be an interference call. Maybe not. He fell a little easy there. Yep, that's interference. On McDavid. In a normal game in the playoffs, they don't call that. But because Edmonton had already gone to the box, they're going, well, we're going to take our opportunity, even up the calls, and manage this game. That is game management for sure. And listen, I'm not saying that in the regular season that's not a penalty. It's 1,000% a penalty. However, you and I both know in the playoffs, anything goes. Wow, how did that puck stay out off the crossbar? Oh my God. Yeah, White Cloud holds him up. All right. Robar. Has anyone noticed how the stream thumbnails have Adam doing the I want you pose? Intentional choice by the history man or just a coincidence? I think that's just been the same picture that Justin Fisher's used for everything that I do in the thumbnails. It's just easy, right? And I look cool. Like I'm telling you something. I want you to join me for the stream. Francois LaBelle. Who was that song during Countdown and who? Oh, Aberdeen. You mean our Countdown? Yeah, Aberdeen. And it's called Fighting for Love. Like we're doing right now. We're all fighting for the love of the Stanley Cup. Life Olmstead just arrived. What have I missed so far? Life, listen, you've missed, let me see here, buddy. You missed a really sick goal by the Oilers. You missed a almost sick goal by the Oilers. And Vegas had a couple chances on an Oilers PK, and now the Oilers are going on the power play. So it's about to get fun. This is the first time, by the way, Leaf, that that the Edmonton Oilers have scored first in a game in 6 games. Basically, you have to go back to game 2 of the LA series to get that, which is kind of nuts. By the way, I should mention tonight, my team, my awesome team. So we got Robert Malloy, who is running the SDPN account. So if you are interacting with them, that's Robert. If you're like, man, I just feel like there's Minnesota Wild fever in the air, that's because Hayden's the producer tonight, and they're about to have a big off season. We won't talk about it. Oh, Hayden's floating around in the chat too. McDiesel says some Connor McGrippers. Hell yeah, let's go. 600 people here. I love seeing that. Let's keep going, Gripper Nation. Hayden says he needs a 7-game series of Evan Bouchard playing defense against Matthews, Marner, and Nyes. I need that too. Listen, he's been committed. He might not want to play defense during the regular season, but in the playoffs, Evan Bouchard plays defense. See, you know he's capable of it. It's just sometimes he's like, I don't feel like it, man. Thank you, Leaf and Adam. It's in my playlist now. Well, enjoy it, Francois. I grew up with the guy that wrote that song, and I was in bands with him, if you can believe it. He was far more talented than I was. Oh, we got a goal. And I think that's Bouchard, but it's a tip. Corey Perry, the worm. He does it again. Boosh bomb, worm tip. Wow. Zach Whitecloud feeling like crap. Man, maybe I shouldn't have hit McDavid when it was so far away from the play. Bruce Cassidy writing something down. Wow. What a great tip. Wow. Look at that. Woo. Man. Very, very cool. Man. Are the Edmonton Oilers going to lose a game ever? Forget tonight. Are they ever going to lose a game? Vegas down 2-0, and we're only about 11 minutes into this game. And you know what's funny about that is if the Oilers were down 2-0, we'd be like, don't worry about it. Who cares? Vegas down 2-0. I'm like, that seems like a bit of a mountain. Well, it's a bit of a hill at this point. It will be a mountain if it's 3-0. And the Oilers are they are sifting through the Vegas Golden Knights like hot knife through butter territory. Like, this is nuts. Amory says, do you ever wonder how many people listen to the stream and the amount of people who watch along? You know, I don't think about that very much, but I listen to the stream if I'm on the road or something. Like, I remember I was coming back from London after doing a show there with Jesse and Alan in January, and there was a game that night, and the first 2 periods I was in the car. So I just listened to Steve. I put on my YouTube app, I listened to Steve. And as much as I love Joe Bowen and his radio call, I was in London, so there was no way to get his radio call. So I just put Steve on. And also, to be honest with you, I enjoy it more. It doesn't mean I don't love Joe. I think Joe rocks. I like listening to Steve on it. Am I biased? Hell yeah. So friggin' biased. But I love it. I just think STPN, man. Where else do you want to be? Francois LaBelle, are we on Corey Perry hat-trick watch already? Yes, sir, we are. And yes, he will. I think he will. I think he does. Chat, what do we think? Hayden says Corey Perry has never had a hat-trick in the playoffs. Does he do it tonight? Chat, give me a Y or give me an N. Y or N. Or for emoji, give me a worm or give me a sword if the Vegas Golden Knights are able to stop him and cut the worm. Cut the worm. Corey Perry hasn't even had a hat trick since 2016, according to Hayden. So we got a lot of Ys, a lot of worm emojis. I also didn't know there was a worm emoji until you guys started putting it in the chat. And then I was like, oh, that's cool. There's a worm emoji. Oh, a lot of Vegas Golden Knights people thinking that he's not going to do it. Oh! Here. Barbashev with a shot. You got to listen. If you're Barbashev on that shot, put it on the net, dude. Put it on the net. You're gonna wind up, slam it like that. Katie says swords, Alan Walsh core. I think Alan would very much appreciate that, Katie. He's got a pretty good sense of humor. VGK Jameson. Oh! Just as I mentioned, VGK Jameson. His team almost scored. Boy, this game is wide open. Absolutely bonkers. Like, this is mainlining this game. Uh, bring Bintang Warrior watching TNT Sports on the ESPN app through Disney Plus. The joys of watching the NHL in Australia. Oh, I didn't know you could watch the NHL on Disney Plus in Australia. Apparently, um, in like Eastern Europe, you can watch NHL games on gambling apps. All you have to do is make like a dollar bet or something like that. Dontro is wondering, is it forget hat trick? Is it Forey Perry? By the way, 4 goals is called a turkey. So Jesse might actually have a point. 4 goals is not a hat trick plus one. It's a turkey. Canadian girl 83. Who is worse, worm or rat? Well, I can tell you who's worse for me. Also, I just have to say, I wouldn't hate it if the Leafs signed Marchand and Bennett this offseason. Just become big, mean, and scary, you know? Jacqueline K, this has to be one of the highest scoring series in some time. I need to research this. It probably is, Jacqueline. Like, it's kind of nuts, man. Yanaki Toronto, quality wise, Amazon Prime Monday night games were so crisp. Yes, they were. Because they wanted to make them great. Who wins tonight, Edmonton or Vegas? Edmonton. It's a bit of a hot take, but 2-0. They're up 2-0 in the series. They're up 2-0 in the game. I'm watching this Elio Disney movie coming up. Might be something worth taking my daughter to. Sports Talk Chud. Oilers belong in a higher league right now. Yeah, they do. They're just like they're just so unbothered by anything going wrong. Anything in a game that happens, they're like, yeah, it doesn't really bother us too much. It doesn't even need to be a goal against. It can be anything. Penalty, call doesn't go your way, injustice. They don't care. Hayden, what is the highest scoring playoff series ever? 1995, Sharks versus Flames. How many goals? 61 goals. That's like 8 goals a game. Wow. However, I'll say this. This series could have matched that, but I don't think it's going 7 games like this one did, or like that with the one we're talking about did. Wow, I can't believe it happened in 94, 95 too. That was like right before the trap era. Who won that series, Flames or Sharks? Amazon broadcast all the Kraken local games this season, and I thought they did a fantastic job. Moose, you are very lucky to have John Forsland as your play-by-play caller. We got the chance to interview him actually, and man, what a guy! Did you guys see that interview? It's one of the videos on this channel. Sick. It was just sick. Rusty Mitchell, 5 points for Easton Cowan tonight. Knights tie the series with Oshawa. That is a real good series. That's a good one. Diane Searcy, who do you think wins the Canes Cap series? All of us when it's over. It can't end soon enough. But I think ultimately the Capitals should win. It's looking like the Canes will, at least at this point. But I think it's too early to call, to be honest. But yeah, the world wins when that series is over. Rusty Mitchell, Leafs. Whoa! Leafs last first 2-round picks. Oh, sorry, Leafs last 2 first-round picks in that OHL. Oh, we got a goal. So Skinner was on his butt ski, and I don't know what happened. Well, McDavid does not look pleased. Oh, it's Nick Waugh, too. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Okay. Now, Skinner has looked good tonight. That's a turnover by Leon Draisaitl, trying to gain offensive zone. And then Skinner gets it out front, and what happens? Okay, so Skinner doesn't track the puck. He falls backwards, which is the worst way to fall as a goalie. You want to fall forwards. Look, and then he doesn't know where the puck is. And Waugh is able to take advantage. Damn. West Richard Skinner letting in at least 5 tonight. Well, listen, man, Calvin Pickard has been letting in 4 a game, and the Oilers have been winning. So again, it's the Oilers. Mike Mallet just won his UFC 315 match in Montreal. That's awesome. You know what? I don't know anything about UFC. I don't know anything. Should I know more? I have only, there's like so many sports in your life. It's like I only have this much time for this sport. Oh, he's Canadian. Well, that's cool. I like that. Mr. Haywood Jabloni dropping 1 SDPN membership. Thank you, sir. Cosmic Debris, you're welcome. You should give him a big thank you. You are now a VIP on the SDPN channel. You can check out all the new content. Binge, baby, binge. Uh-oh, here we go. Nick Hague just tied the game. Was that Nick Hague? No, that wasn't. Oh, it's Riley Smith. Holy, I thought I saw 14, not 19. Wow, Riley Smith just like, oh my God. Look at that. There's 3 Oilers in position. None of them move. That's bad. Also, Skinner, dude. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wow. It's a good move by Riley Smith. But at this point in his career, like, you shouldn't be able to do that. That's crazy, dude. Wow. Hayden, what is it, buddy? Uh-huh. So at the current goals per game pace, this series, if it went 7 games, would still come 20 goals short of that Flames Sharks series from 94-95 that had 61 goals in 7 games. Wow. Wow. All right. All right, let me have a look at this here for a second so I need to know if Calvin Pickard is sitting on the bench right now. Is he dressed? Might need to have a look at that. Mark Stone apparently not on the Vegas bench either. I wonder if he's hurt. Damn. Yeah, so no, he's not. So who is the backup tonight? Because my spotter sheet says my boy Skins. Where we go? Hold on. I got it. Oliver Rodrigue. Who, by the way, Oliver Rodrigue had a good year with Bakersfield, and then he had a bad year. Oh, a little fight, a little punchy there by Janmark, and it's Frederick. Holy moly! I can't believe how quickly they tied this game. I have to give Edmonton credit. They have 4 shots in this period, and they've scored twice. That's pretty good. Oh, okay. So Riley Smith gave Wallman a bit of a hack. So Trent Frederick's like, yeah, how about you go away, man? Uncle Silly Willie. Oh, man, got to feel for Skinner. Well, listen, he looked sharp at the beginning. I also feel like he's missed a lot of hockey, right? So it's gonna take him a bit to get his game back, which he didn't have much this year. Everybody who's like bringing Rodrigue, guys, have you looked up his numbers? Sub 800 save percentage in the AHL this year. He played like a game or 2 for the Oilers, and it was really bad. I don't think he's the answer. Oh! Oilers almost score. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins had a beauty chance. Aiden Hill with a great save. Francois LaBelle, Vegas finally cracked the Oilers. Finally cracked and let the Oilers score first. Yes. Mike Farino, never mind. Didn't know Pickard was injured. Yeah, he is. Damn, son. Look at that. So look at that. Robert says 2 games with the Oilers. Oliver Rodrigue had an .862 save percentage and a .310 goals against. That ain't super. Draisaitl behind the net. 2-11 left in the first period, guys. Corey Perry on hat trick watch, taken down behind the net by McNabb. Surprise dress guy. We did not think McNabb was going to play tonight. He was not at the skate this morning. And Evan Bouchard has his stick just taken out of his hands. People want Jack Campbell in the chat. That's tough. He's playing for Grand Rapids now. Oh, here you go. Oh, Perry with a spin, and if he'd got a stick on it, that puck's in the net. Nice break up there by Evan Bouchard. Skates across the ice, dumps the puck over. McDavid. Oh, Trent Frederick had a good shot, but the puck is redirected. James Stemler, Edmonton, have more luck using a Zamboni driver. They might. Says, LOL, Oilers fans know that this is completely normal. It is. Oh, man, did the Oilers give up a lead? Oh, no, they might have to go get another one. What are the Oilers good at? Literally that. That thing, that one thing. Core Hockey, welcome to STP VIP. Thank you, Core Hockey. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like to up yourself to the ad-free tier, make sure that you do so. Check that out, because our ad-free tier means you get the episodes early and you don't get any ads. However, if you just want STP VIP, that's pretty cool too, because you get an extra episode every single week of me, Steve, and Jesse just yakking away. Oh. Hanifin across. Frederick gets that puck out. Oilers were pinned there for a second. That's really all the Vegas chances have come off the rush. The Oilers have not, outside of that power play against or on their penalty kill, have not really been pinned in their own zone tonight. And to be honest, it's pretty hard to pin them. Greg L says, Adam, we're going to get the Stuart Skinner special 7-6 game, which could either be a win or a loss. LOL. I'm ready for it. Bring it on. By the way, the Caps and Canes played earlier tonight. Canes won 4-0. There have already been as many goals in the first period of this game as there were in the entirety of that game. Jiayu Wang says Oilers need to score every chance for sure tonight. Like Draisaitl chance earlier, Skinner may just not be up to it tonight. Well, whether or not he's up to it, he's playing. You got to figure it out, man. Stu, figure it out, buddy. That was fun. That was a good first 20. I enjoyed that. Alex Mercer, Adam, best tips for a rest day. Well, take a solid edible when you get home before the rest day, so you sleep. And then you wake up and you go for a walk after your coffee. Come home, have some protein, maybe some yogurt with some berries, sugar-free yogurt, no sugar, like zero sugar, and maybe some hard-boiled eggs. Feed the body. What's that, Hayden? Hayden makes a good point. You should probably binge SDPN content. It's great. It's the best. We make it for you specifically, so you will watch it and love it. Max Horowitz, that Caps Canes game was comically unwatchable. That's what I've been saying about that series, man. And I'm so glad I said it on the podcast today, too, because it sucks. Let's just call it what it is. Unless you're a fan of one of those two teams, that's not a fun watch. Pretzel Hunt. Canes Caps is like watching an intersection takeover. Will Chan, who eats yogurt with sugar? Children. Well, yeah, some people get like, oh, I got strawberry yogurt or I got vanilla yogurt. Nah, you got to get the plain. You got to get plain. And here's what you do to make it flavorful. You get frozen blueberries. You put them in the microwave for like a minute and a half. You make them all nice and warm, and then there's a little bit of blueberry juice in there, and then you just dump it in with your yogurt, and you mix it around. Trust me, you do that for like a couple weeks. After that, you will never be able to eat yogurt that's been sweetened ever again. And I, as a guy who struggles with zits and stuff, my wife bought some yogurt this week with like a minimal amount of sugar. So I had to eat it because it was like a minimal amount. And I was like, oh my God, I just got to eat it. And I started to break out again. And I'm telling you, the second that you chill on the sugar, I'm not saying don't have any sugar. My wife bakes cookies. I had one tonight. But I'm saying like minimize the sugar. The skin thing, you're all glowing and sexy. It's great. Emo jalapeno, Greek yogurt only. Exactly. It's got to be Greek yogurt. Taylor Choma. I watched SDP instead of watching Kane's Caps. I feel like I made the right choice. Well, anybody that watched Kane's Caps, you guys tell Taylor. Would Taylor have been better off watching SDP or better off watching Canes and Caps? I don't have to be the one that tells you. You tell her. What's going on in the chat here? Oh, Zach says counterpoint with the blueberries. Put them in a saucepan with some water, honey, and lemon, and make a sauce to mix into the yogurt. Zach, what? Hold on to that, Hayden. We're talking about blueberries in a saucepan. We're not talking about Mark Stone and his injuries. Okay, what do you think this is? A hockey show? By the way, Hayden wants to pass along that Mark Stone did not play the final 6 minutes of that period, so that's something to keep an eye on. Now, Hayden, what are we gonna do for a clip here? How long is it? How much time we got? Okay, and hang on just a little bit longer here. So Hayden has got a clip. It's a good one. Oh, look at that! Oilers fans just losing their friggin' minds. Also, guys, are we pro or against throwing beer? Because there was a guy in the crowd throwing the beer. And here's the thing about throwing beer. It's good at the end of the game when you win. But if you're doing it on the first or second goal, then people got to stand there all night with that sticky, stale beer feel. Nah, don't do that. Or maybe I'm just old. Am I old? Does that make me old? Whatever. I'm happy to be old if that's what makes me old. Hayden has also sent through um Hayden has sent through the Flames and Sharks series, and I got to run you through these scores. This is 1995 Stanley Cup playoffs. The Sharks ultimately won this series, and it's hilarious because the scores are bonkers. 61 total goals in this series. Are you ready? Let's run you through. First off, game 1 in Calgary, 5-4 Sharks win. Game 2 in Calgary, 5-4 OT Sharks win. Game 3 in San Jose, 9-2 Flames victory. Game 3 in San Jose, 6-4 Flames. 6-4 Flames. Game 5 in Calgary, 5-0 Flames victory. And you know the Flames fans at that point were like, we are going to win this damn series. But then the Sharks came back and they won 5-3 in game 5 and 5-4 in double overtime in game 7. That would have been a crazy series. Very few people probably remember that series, but I bet you the people that played in it remember it well. All right, we're going to play this clip. This is Joe Sakic talking about why he needed, why he had to, why it was a great idea to, as we all know, a great idea, a smart idea, a well-planned out, well-thought-out idea to trade Mikko Rantanen off of his roster. Have a listen to him talking about it. Tell me if you agree. I want to do this clip. Jesse, I believe I sent it to you earlier. I want to do this clip. No, I didn't send it to you. Give me a sec. I want to do this clip of Joe Sakic yesterday because this clip, I mean, this sort of sums up. I'm just sending it to you now. This sums up what Steve said earlier, which is the only team that's eliminated where the playoffs could get worse for them is the Colorado Avalanche, and it was I think doubled down on by Sakic and McFarland. And I tweeted out last night, if you're a Jets fan, you should only hate 2 people in this series, and it's Tulsky and Sakic. And everybody's like, but Chris McFarland is the general manager. Nah. Yeah, just like Kyle Dubas was under Brendan Shanahan. Sure.
And Bobby Webster is for the Raptors.
100%. Yeah. It's Sakic making the calls in Colorado, okay? I don't care what you say. Chris McFarland does all the work. Sakic is the guy that goes yay or nay.
Yeah.
He is the one who knocks. And I want you to listen to his answer here when they talked about why the Mikko Rantanen situation didn't work out in Colorado, why they felt the need to trade.
For our live audience, just imagine an interview. It's really good.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I was part of everything that was going on. And as a group, we felt we had a decision to make, and it's a tough decision trading a guy like that. But you look at where we were in the last few years, we weren't good enough. We weren't deep enough. We won in 22 because we were, we had our stars, but we were also deep, and you can't win the Stanley Cup without it. And status quo wasn't good enough. We wanted to have him signed, and I'm not going to go into details and say talk about negotiations, but they know where they were at before the trade was made. So, but after the deadline, we love the team we have. If it was up to me, if we could do it, and we'd love to bring this same unit back and try and go on another run. But we felt we had to get deeper, and not only for this season's team, but moving forward, that just paying 3 high-end guys and not having the surrounding cast wasn't going to get it done.
The key part there is the first part where he says, I was a part of everything that was going on. And I want people to understand this because, again, the responses to that tweet, I was like, do you guys really not know that Sakic is making the calls here?
To me, the best part was Chris McFarland saying 0 words.
Well, the question was for Joe.
Yes, but because Joe's the one doing everything.
Because you asked Joe, because who cares what Chris has to say?
He's a guy.
That subject? This is, if Chris McFarland wants to make a trade for a depth player, I'm sure Joe Sakic's like, yeah, man, whatever you want to do. When it's Mikko Rantanen, that is an organization that goes to the owner.
You might want to run that up the flagpole. Yeah,
you talk about that.
Yeah,
and clearly they did, and clearly they felt like whatever they're gonna have to pay Cale Makar, I'm sure it's gonna be like $15 million.
A lot of money.
They didn't feel like they wanted to go the Toronto model, and I don't blame them for that. Although Toronto had 4 guys, not 3. And
you've won with these ones though.
You have.
You've won with these ones, and
the cap is exploding.
With the Leafs, I hate that comparable. I understand the validity of it, but the Leafs haven't gotten it done. That's been the number one knock. The Avalanche very much have. They went and made all these additions. Imagine you're able to go out and get Nelson. You're able to go out and get Coyle. You make those 2 changes in net, and you still have Rantanen. And you don't have to play against Rantanen. They're going to have to play that guy for the next half decade.
Oh, half decade.
He's going to haunt them.
He's in their division. This is crazy. We already talked about it. We think they're going to meet 4 or 5 times in the next 10 years, right? So
Oilers met the Kings 4 straight years. 4. That could happen to you. That could happen to Colorado. Your hope for the foreseeable future is they win the division, so you're the 2 or 3 seed.
Now, it is important to know that there was only a couple of goals differentiation in this entire
Doesn't
series,
matter.
Right? Jesse, do you think that...
you know how many series the Leafs have lost by 1 goal?
Most of them.
Knock it off.
Do you think that Colorado, if they bring back this group, they've got just as good a chance as anybody to win the Cup next year?
I don't know. I would just much rather have Mikko Rantanen.
Okay.
I
over Anichis and Jack Drury?
100%. And who knows what Brock Nelson's going to do?
He can do anything.
He can just walk away. You see what Mikko Rantanen is doing in the playoffs. You would much rather have Mikko Rantanen.
Rantanen had 1 assist in the first 4 games, and Colorado looked pretty good. The second he arrived, it wasn't close.
And now you got to ask the question, was Nathan MacKinnon holding back Mikko Rantanen? Is
know what
that
people
the
are
key
saying?
to everything?
I did ask you, though, on the pre-show last night, I wondered if internally Colorado, one of their calculations was, Rantanen's been great, but he's played with Nathan MacKinnon the entire time. And I wonder if they
probably
thought, hey, there's the Nathan MacKinnon bubble that kind of gives you, maybe they thought, okay, without Nate, his production's actually about 5 or 10% less than it would be. And that's significant. Do they look at it that way? And that's why they make that calculation.
The in and out of this year is wonky. I really like what they did in net. You gave up the sun and the moon to get Brock Nelson while trading down, I'm going to say, to get Nietzsche's. Like, Nietzsche's fit in really well in Colorado. He'll never fit in as well as a guy who won a cup with you in 2022.
And is the best playoff scorer of this generation.
Yes! With MacKinnon.
And MacKinnon had 7 goals in that first round.
And he looked lonely.
Yeah. I don't know how many people listen to the pre-show and then also listen to the pod, so I'll just repeat myself on what you're talking about. But we were talking about like them making that decision, evaluating everything that goes into it. And NHL teams, they have NHL scouts. It's not just amateur scouting that they do. NHL scouts exist and they're on the payroll and they look at around the league and they evaluate talent based on their own roster and the guys that are available and so forth. And I think a lot of the guys in the Colorado Avalanche organization have to wear this from that standpoint in terms of them assessing their talent against the talent that's in the rest of the league, because they thought we can get rid of Mikko Rantanen, bring in these other players, and we're going to be better for it. And not even just like we're going to maintain that value. We're going to improve if we move him away. And what actually happened is they got rid of a guy who's irreplaceable. And they didn't recognize that when they had it. And they didn't recognize that for the extra $800,000, $500,000,
It was
$1
$700,000,
million,
by the way. It's $700,000
whatever
a season.
the
That's
number
what they were
is.
apart.
If it's
Less than a league min player.
Yeah.
$700,000 per season, that guy is worth more than the jury and the Nietzsche's and the picks that you're going to bring in. That player, his talent in comparison to the rest of the players in the league is worth more than that. And they did a very poor job at this trade deadline. And with the Brock Nelson deal and him not stepping up in the playoffs at all, evaluating their talent and the talent in the rest of the league. And I think somebody, if it's Chris McFarland and the guys under him or Joe Sakic, whoever makes that final decision, they did a really bad job.
I know the comparison has been made to the Leafs, being very top heavy and everything. Before we saw how they've done in the playoffs, which is pretty good so far, there was still a conversation of, well, the cap is going up. And that's been a big problem, is the cap is not going up. And even us, like sickos, we're like, I don't know, maybe you do run it back. Colorado had every legitimate reason to try to run it back, and they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
No bueno. And like, it couldn't have gone worse. And you know what sucks for Colorado is there's a game 2 of the Dallas Jets series as well. And it's going to be followed by a game 3 and 4, and it might even go longer than that. It's not fun.
No.
It's their playoff is going to get worse and worse and worse without them even hitting the ice. Not fun.
Well, they're going to have to wear it for a very long time because Mikko Rantanen's going to be a star for a very, very
8
long
years,
time.
yeah.
Prayers for Drew.
Oh, boy.
Prayers for producer Drew.
Robert just put it in the chat, but Steve wanted me to pass along this stat to you. Corey Perry's career high in playoff goals is 10. He's already got 5 this year. He turns 40 on Friday. Man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Well, one thing that the Edmonton Oilers could invest in, what they could invest in, is a dump and chase. They simply cannot make it easy on themselves. And you know what? Maybe that's not their style. But might I suggest a slight dump and chase? Making the easy play. Not allowing Riley Smith to cut through 3 of your players. Hayden really wants me to get these super chats. You know what? You know what I think about your super chats? I think they're great, and you should keep them coming. Mike Farino, at what save percentage does it become beneficial to just play 6 skaters? 600, 500? Well, I think that if it gets that low, you got to try Rodrigue, don't you? And then maybe the E-Bug. West Richard, Adam, when the Leafs make the final this year and I fly to Toronto, where's the best place to get an Airbnb? Well, Airbnb is great, but where's the best place? You probably want to go near-ish to the arena, if you can, or at least be on the subway line. I would want to be on the Yonge Street subway line, so it's just north-south, because right at the bottom of it is where the Leafs play. And you want to, if you're going to Maple Leaf Square, you're going to the bars, whatever, that's where you want to be. So I would at least say that. So it really doesn't matter, because like you can go all the way up to Shepherd, and you could still be in downtown Toronto in like half an hour. So wherever you could find one nearby the Yonge side. And by the way, there'll be plenty of places. Plenty of places. Finish my coffee. 50-50 jackpot is $2.5 million. Am I wrong on that? Yo, 50-50 in the States is insane. That's insane. In the States, in Alberta. What am I saying? 50-50 in Alberta is insane. Calgary's like this. Edmonton's like this. They all friggin' love their 50-50s, man. That's just crazy. THAM. Tham. Adam, thanks for bringing us smiles and jokes every day. To these lives on the podcast, you crack me up. Always get me out of work or get me out of dark times. Keep up the amazing work. Well, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Thank you, Tham. All right, let's go to the game has started. West Richard, does STPN Studio have any beds? I promise not to clog the toilet like Stove Dingle has. It does not have any beds. There are no cots. Although there was a client once, I think, that offered, they like had a cot mattress or something, and our sales rep's like, well, we should get one. And we're like, why? Where are we going to put it? And she's like, well, there's bedrooms upstairs. And we're like, they're all studios. There's already too much furniture in here. There's no way. There's no way. 1923 left in the period. Who scores first in this period, guys? Is it the Oilers or the Knights? Give me, for the Oilers, give me some sort of oil emoji. For the Knights, give me, obviously, the cross swords. At Rave S, welcome to STP VIP. Rave S, you will enjoy STP VIP ad-free very much. You're going to get the podcasts early, and you're going to get the VIP episodes every single week. 4 episodes of Steve, Adam, and Jesse. How about that? All right, here we go. 1914 left in the second. Faceoff just happened. A lot of people saying Vegas is going to score first. Oh, there's the oil drum for the Oilers. Oh, I like that. I like that. Oh, we thought there was going to be an icing. There wasn't. I don't know why. Evan Bouchard. Puck in the Vegas zone, and it looked like Draisaitl might have stolen that from the Vegas defenseman. He would have had a pretty easy path to just score. $18:36 left in the second period. A lot of people think at the Oilers, Canadian Girl 83 just dropped a bunch of poop emojis. Is that supposed to be oil? Matt C says, STP VIP makes me realize how much I miss the non-hockey pop culture talk on old STPs. I know, it's the best. So much fun. $18 minutes exactly left in this game. Guys, I'm wondering how open this... Oh, see, Oilers are dumping and chasing. They're being a little bit more simple, which is probably good. Love a rush chance like we got right now. Perhaps not the best if you're looking to hold on to a lead. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Hyman gets it deep. Pietrangelo there. Oh, Hyman just crushed Alex Pietrangelo from behind. I don't believe there's going to be a call on that, and there shouldn't be. Pietrangelo turned his numbers, and he knew. Good for Hyman for not backing off that, too. The Oilers do not love, they're not a big fan of Pietrangelo. Let's be honest. Wow, that was a monster hit by Hyman. That was great. Need a little more excitement. Need a little more forecheck in this series, you know? It can't just be goals. We need some big hits, too. Spoil us. Logan's Life. Adam, let's get the same tattoo. I don't have any tattoos. What would we get? What would be our tattoo? Oh, look at Arvidsson. Skating hard, in on Hannafin. Make sure not to put his stick between Hannafin's legs. Is everyone's favorite Edmonton jersey the McFarland? I don't know what that... Hawks 23, I don't know what you're talking about. Deb Beneke, I made chorizo mac and cheese after watching the VIP episode this week. Yeah, we did. We do talk a lot about food on Fat Guy Corner. You can't miss Fat Guy Corner. It's the best. Third, Yuho says that's the third big hit on Pietrangelo tonight. They're probably just trying to hit him hard. Take him out of the series, right? Or at least bang him up in the series. $15:45 left in the second. We haven't had a whistle basically since this period started. Like, oh, nice play. It's just been Oiler line after Oiler line after Oiler line making plays, and Vegas trying to sort of hang on here. Nurse. Oh. Almost found an Oiler open in front of the net. Puck hits the top of the glass. 15-17 left in the second. I feel like we are going to commercial here. Maybe not. Oh, I guess not. Oh, man. That Hyman hit. Look at that. Bang. So, yeah, Pietrangelo took a big one from Kane earlier in the game. It was off his noggin. So Kane went to the box for 2 minutes. By the way, are you guys listening? If you're listening to the Canadian feed, poor Louis DeBrusque sounds like very hoarse tonight. He's sick, and he's still hanging in there doing a great job. God bless him. Kulak and Bouchard out there for the Oilers. The Couchard line. Vam says, is this more boring than the Canes Caps yet? No. Not a chance. Man, you could do a math test and it'd be more exciting than those hockey games. Here you go. Draisaitl. Down deep. Nobody there. Change coming. I lied to you. Change is not coming. McDavid's out there. Perry to Draisaitl to McDavid. McDavid's got three Vegas Golden Knights on him. Tried to flip it past one of the defensemen, hit him in the shoulder. Eichel collects, gets the puck on Skinner. It misses. Eichel along the half wall. Bouchard pins him. McDavid, sorry, why did I say McDavid? Draisaitl. Draisaitl gets the puck down deep. Pietrangelo cycling, moving, making sure he doesn't get crushed in the process. Keep those feet moving, Alex. They're looking for you. Kane along the half board tries to get the puck out. He does. There's an Oiler racing for it. I think it's Zach Hyman. Zach Hyman out-muscling the Vegas Golden Knights. 13:37 left in the second period. Hayden's like, hey, we should get a time check. And he's right, because we are flying through this period. Nugent-Hopkins. Great lead pass. Hyman with a shot. Puck tipped wide. There you go. Here, oh, Kane almost got that puck over to Zach Hyman. He would have had a wide open shot at the net. Just tipped wide at the last second. 13:07 left in the second period. Vegas is somehow outshooting the Oilers, but like, let's be real. Those aren't HD scoring chances. All right, we're going to commercial break here, where we will likely lay it on the line 1 to 2 times. Let's do a lay it on the line counter every game from now on. Are you ready for that? And then here we'll do a Keanu Reeves counter. So there's Keanu Reeves is on. So our Keanu counter. Hayden, can we make a graphic for this for next game? Yeah, Keanu. So just have his face and then count him, and then maybe a lay it on the line, a Triumph. That's by the band Triumph. Maybe a Triumph graphic too. Lay it on the line. There you go. He's going to do it for us. Backstar says, I like the Keanu commercials. Me too. Just, they're on a lot. They're on often. Emo Jalapeno. I told all my friends who got reconnected with TN, that major FOMO, not knowing about SDPN streams and hanging out, they'll join on Sunday. Emo, that makes me happy. I'm ready for that. Jordan S says we got to do 10 push-ups every time that commercial plays. I like that. Jesse Adlington, are we doing a Keanu's per 60? Yes, absolutely we are. Marty Waltz says, Oilers figured out the Jeff Skinner problem. If you spend all your time in the offensive end, Skinner won't know, or Skinner won't have to give up any goals. And that's true. That's true. I like that. So Jordan S., you've actually been doing 10 push-ups every time you see that commercial? That's freaking hilarious, dude. You must be jacked. I love that. I absolutely love that. Man, maybe I should do that. Pete says Stu Skinner, not Jeff Skinner. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. My bad. Oh, look at that Vegas party. Their outdoor watch party is literally at a pool with the sun. That's so crazy. Friggin' Vegas, man. Justin says you called Stuart Skinner Jeff Skinner again. I know. Jeff Skinner, who unfortunately makes the playoffs this year and plays one game. One game in his entire friggin' career. Pete says, I'm specifically watching an American stream, so I don't have to see that commercial. Really? The Keanu commercial doesn't bother me. The lay it on the line one, the TikToks about the lay it on the line commercial, amazing. They're so funny. It's like when you think you're having a nightmare, but you actually just fell asleep with hockey on, and it's lay it on the line playing in the background. Lanik Cheetah. Adam, do you think Bennett or Marchand would get away with the same antics they do if they played for the Leafs instead of the Panthers? Yes. Yes, because they're good at it. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's just a matter of, do you sign enough sticks for the refs? You do? Okay, cool. Carl says, oh, but the American commercials are bad too. Are they? Apparently, Wes Richard is not apparently. Mark Stone is apparently not returning. That's a huge loss for Vegas. If that's true, that's crazy. So there's a Harvey Specter one. Oh, is that Wealth Simple or Quest Trade or something? I've seen that one. We have that in Canada. Janmark. Oh, what a play by Podkolzin to get it back to Janmark. And Janmark just cannot get it at the last second. Man, Podkolzin, Janmark, Arvidsson, watch the hell out. These guys are great. What a great fourth line. Riley Smith. Carlson with a shot. Skinner with a save. Wes Richard said, Mark Stone can no longer lay it on the line, apparently. Haha. You know why? He wasn't on LTR for the last 3 months before the season ended. VGK Jameson, it is currently 95 degrees here in Vegas. Man, I'm so freaking jealous, dude. Oh, and it's that warm, non-humid heat. You know what I mean? But I hear it gets a little bit cold in the evenings there because it's the desert. Also, I've been watching all these TikToks about how Vegas just ends. So if you there are people that live on the streets where Vegas ends. And it's kind of hilarious because they're like, yeah, Vegas does just end. And it's just like a street with houses on it. And then across the street, it's nothing but straight up desert and mountains. That's it. Nothing there. Nothing. Nobody owns it. Nobody's on it. It's just that way. Crazy. Big save by Skinner. Okay, guys. I think we got Jeff Skinner back. Keel says it's probably, Pretzel Hunt says it's probably mafia bodies. VGK Jameson says no humidity this time of year. Evenings are warm and at the mountains and desert. It's so crazy. Did I say Jeff Skinner again? I meant Stuart Skinner. Coffee's not hitting the way I need it to. I'm going to have to make another one in the next intermission. Aretha Franklin. His name is Stu. That's okay. King of the North says, Adam, Habs got a second-round pick with line 8. Yo, that's crazy. Is it in 2026? I bet they're going to be a star. Jordan S. says, you got to do 10 push-ups every time you say Jeff Skinner. All right, you're on. No Jeff Skinner, just Stewart. 10:46 left in the second period. This period, significantly quieter than the first 10 minutes of the previous. But the coach is probably like that. Waiting for a goal. Best chance so far came from the Oilers' fourth line. Podkolzin and Janmark had a give and go. Oh! Almost had a breakaway there. Nicholas Waugh, who already scored in this game. Woo! That was close. Petro. High-flying puck. Tanner Pearson tried to get that one from the Oilers. Oh! Edmonton turns it over! Big save from Stuart Skinner. You know, Robert makes a really good point in the chat. Who would you prefer in net, Stuart Skinner or Jeff Skinner? It's a good question. You know what? Robert should have put Principal Skinner in there too. And Leonard Skinnerd. Alistair says Adam had the worst thing about confusing Jeff Skinner for Stuart Skinner. It's not just tonight. He's done it so much before. It's bad, man. Alistair, I'm sure you'll live. It'll be okay. We all know Jeff's not playing. And I also had it with Dom Ducharme and a guy named Jeff Ducharme. See, these Jeffs, man. I worked with a Jeff Ducharme. And Dom Ducharme, assistant coach of the Vegas Golden Knights. 9:53 left in the second period. Dustin Tyson. Hey, we're all Skinners. 9:40 left in the second. Darnell Nurse behind the net. Trent Frederick wide open there. They don't get the puck to him, but they get it to him now. Puck down low. Not much going on this forecheck. Connor Brown in there. Tried to get it with his glove. We got Klingberg to Wallman. Shot went all the way through to Aiden Hill, but he saw it, got down, saved it. Nobody to collect that rebound, and the Oilers accidentally ring the puck around the boards. A little too hard there. Darnell Nurse has to go back to collect it. Graham Renfro currently on a plane to Dublin. Get me through this ride, Adam. Go Canes. Graham, I'm so glad you didn't have to watch that game on the flight. You might have been sleeping by now. But instead, you're here with us watching an exciting hockey game. Oh, Vegas going to the box. Barbashev with a nice slash. Justin says, Adam, I don't know if Adam should know this, but my dad's name is Jeff. Jeff Spiewak. Spywak? Well, I won't get you guys confused. Bigfoot says, I'm the real Skinner. Hey, by the way, we're on Corey Perry hat trick watch, so this might be the time. This might be when we get it. When the world slips you a Jeffrey, stroke the furry wall. What? Wes, what are you saying, man? Graham Renfro, wow, 4-0 isn't good enough for you, Adam? I have no idea how the game looked. Listen, Graham, I'm going to be honest with you. Canes dominated, and it was boring. But they dominated. So as a Canes fan, my friend, you will enjoy it. If you go back and you watch the game, you're going to be like, man, I love this shit. This is awesome. The rest of us are like, I'm so glad we don't have to watch that game again. Tham, welcome to STP VIP ad free. Tham is going to get all his podcasts early, and he's going to get his VIP episodes too. Welcome, Tham. Emo Jalapeno, this period has gone by so quickly. The first felt like an hour. Yeah, this period went by quickly because the first 7 minutes had like one whistle. It's crazy. Adam Kerr, let's go Red Wings. Hey, man, the thing I like about the Red Wings is they're like a goalie, a defenseman, and 3 forwards away from maybe making the playoffs. It's my favorite part about the Red Wings. Hawks 23, Skidder! Dustin Tyson, don't forget to knock on the cantaloupe. Man, those Instacart commercials don't make any sense at all. When he like says to her, he's like, I need you to do something. It's like, what are we doing here? Anyway. Hayden says Detroit needs a goalie, but they have so many. Listen, I was busy knocking on the cantaloupe, Hayden. Will you interrupt me with your Detroit Red Wings talk and how they need a goalie? Aretha Franklin, I don't want to burden you. By the way, anybody that tells you that advertising doesn't work, we watch the shit out of these commercials. That's so funny that you know that. I don't want to burden you, but can you get them to knock on the cantaloupe? It's nice that Instacart's like, we won't judge you for being difficult. I respect that. Adam Kerr. Adam, what do you mean? The Wings are going to sign Marner this summer. You know what? Less shocking things have happened. Oh, nice play by Nugent Hopkins. Aiden Hill did not see that, still able to make the stop. Oilers on a power play, 8:39 left in the second period. This is where it's going to get real fun. Oh, here we go. Oh! Draisaitl with a shot. Nobody there to collect the rebound. The right shot. That was the right shot you want. You want that going off the pad, and you want that going to the forward in front of the net. McDavid trying to steal the puck from Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo with a big-time backhand down the ice. Vegas doing a good job so far of clearing every Edmonton zone entry, although the Edmonton Oilers still had a nice little scoring chance. Leaf Olpstad, roughly 800 people in here. Let's get this to 500 likes. Leaf, thank you. Let's definitely do that. McDavid. Draisaitl. Slowing it down. Nugent Hopkins from Bouchard. Nuge back to Bouchard. Are we going to get a Bouch bomb? Are we going to get a Draisaitl bomb? Draisaitl looking around. Bouchard at the blue line. Back to Draisaitl. Back to Bouchard. To Nugent Hopkins. No shooting lanes available. Vegas shutting them all down. Shot from Bouchard off a leg. See? No shooting lanes available. 35 seconds to go on this power play. 17:23 left in the second period. McDavid to Bouchard. Back to McDavid. McDavid tries to feather the puck in. It gets deflected by one of the Vegas defense. Back to McDavid. He's going to try something else. Back to Bouchard. Shoot the puck. Oh, and Corey Perry almost had a rebound. Bouchard stops it at the blue line. They're going to maximize the last 7 seconds of this power play. Bouchard. McDavid into Perry, and it's deflected wide. The Oilers just cannot get a shot in. Not what they had some shots, but man, great PK from the Vegas Golden Knights. They just battened down the hatches, took away the shooting lanes. Not much Edmonton can do there. Yes, for everybody saying this, we do know that Mark Stone is officially not returning tonight. Aiden Hill gets his stick back. Hyman behind the net. Now, no stick for Henrique. Shot from the point. It's blocked by somebody. I can't tell if it was Adam Henrique going to the bench or what. Klingberg, Nurse out there right now, 25 and 35, or 25 and 36. Will Chan, I'd rather Principal Skinner in net. 772 people watching. How about that? Saturday night and you're all hanging out with me. I love that. Corey Perry took one off the shoulder there, which I think had to sting. All right, we're going to commercial break. All right. Let's keep our Keanu. Will we see Keanu? Will we see Keanu? We are seeing a Final Destination trailer. I can't believe they're still making these movies. I've never even seen one of them, but they started coming out when I was like a kid. James Stemler sending Wes Richard a cocktail to get him to the Greek. Wes was hoping you get the reference. The movie's hilarious. Get Him to the Greek is a funny movie. Adam, have you seen Sinners yet? No. I've heard it's great, though. I really want to see it. Dustin Tyson, we're also getting a new Mission Impossible movie later this month. I've only seen the first Mission Impossible. I've heard the new ones are good, but I just never have got into it. I haven't even seen all the Jason Bourne movies. I love an action movie, too. I should watch them. What about James Bond? I haven't seen every James Bond, but we had the Costco VHS James Bond collection growing up, along with the Star Wars VHS collection. So I had, like, I used to watch Dr. No and You Only Live Twice and Live and Let Die and all the old school ones. So I know those well. And I've seen all the recent James Bonds. Daniel Craig and Pierce Brosnan. Solid. Marquette says, I'm hyped for 28 Years Later. That's another franchise I have not seen. Jiayu Wang, Adam, so you don't watch movies then? No, not much. I watch a lot of hockey. A lot of hockey. Hawks 23, who's your James Bond? I mean, Daniel Craig was like my formative years. But before that, I would say Sean Connery. Roger, what's his name? Roger something? Roger, what was his last name? He was pretty good too. I think he was the guy in Moonraker. He just always seemed too old to be Bond to me. But back then, young people looked old. You could be like 30 and you look like you're 85. I don't know why. Roger Moore. That's right. Roger Moore. Thank you, everybody. Joseph says, ha ha ha, very much dating yourself with those VHS tapes. Man, at the cottage, that VHS collection was God because we got one channel and it was global and it was on bunny ears. And our TV was so old it had oh, here we go. Oh, Hurdle with that. Yo, Stuart Skinner, crazy save on Hurdle there. He lost the puck, but at the last second he caught him. I thought that puck was going in. Woo! It was Stuart Skinner, by the way, not Jeff. And I did say Stuart. Murgle Schmurgle says, I heard you guys talking about Atlanta potentially getting a new expansion franchise. I've been getting more and more into hockey, and having a team to root for will help a ton. Yeah, and you know what? We obviously have had 2 bad runs in Atlanta for hockey teams, but I think the NHL is smarter this time, and I also know that it's not a case of if with Atlanta, it's a case of when. The NHL can't have a top 10 television market without a team. And that's why there's going to be a team in Houston as well. And that's why the NHL will go back to the Phoenix area. Eventually, we're going to get an Arizona team again. It's just the way it is. Hayden has a sports business question. What is it, Hayden? Why doesn't Pittsburgh have a basketball team? They are not big enough. If they have a hockey team, yes, but hockey is far. Okay. So in hockey, your highest paid guy, if you're the Oilers, is like McDavid, right? 12 and a half or whatever the heck he makes. You know, Matthews makes 13.25. McKinnon somebody not this summer. Like McMarner's going to make like 13 or whatever. The highest paid basketball player on your team could make $50 million. Like the Raptors have guys that make as much as half of the Toronto Maple Leafs roster currently. I think Brandon Ingram is like a $40 million player. So the thing with Pittsburgh is that while it's a pretty well-to-do city, like it's the medical stuff, whatever, it's not quite big enough. It's even considered a small market by NHL standards, which is kind of wild when you think about it. But that's the reason why Pittsburgh had so many times where ownership was shaky. They might have left. Like Jim Basile tried to buy them and move them to Hamilton. It almost happened. Jiayu Wang says, "Oh yes, but OKC has a team." Yeah, I mean, listen, if some billionaire is willing to get in there and go, like, if the NBA is looking for expansion, it makes sense that Pittsburgh eventually would be on that list. Just a question of like, who is willing to put up $2 billion, $3 billion, $4 billion, right? Because it's $1 billion to build the arena, unless you're gonna $1 billion to build the arena, maybe 500 to $1 billion. Okay, and then you've got a franchise tag, which the NHL. Oh, what a goal! Carlson. Wow, Vegas has taken the lead. Maybe Vegas had the right idea by letting Edmonton score first, and it is real quiet inside Rogers Arena. Real quiet. I'll get back to the expansion thing in a second. Rogers Place, not Rogers Arena. Rogers Place. Rogers. Oh, Skinner saw it the whole way. Do you like a save there? Carlson to the thing. Yeah, I think you like a save there. Like, I know it's a tricky thing. Yeah, you like a save there. You got a piece of it. Vegas was really pushing the last few minutes there. Kind of. By the way, there's only 2.5 minutes left in this period, which is nuts. Yeah, so back to Pittsburgh. So to buy an NHL franchise, it's going to cost $1.5 billion American dollars. The NBA is worth like triple what the NHL is worth. So you need to find somebody who's willing to pay like $4 billion just for the right to own a franchise in Pittsburgh. And then you got to have $500,000 to $1 billion to build probably a new arena, unless PBG Paints can somehow accommodate basketball. Or, as it's been known the last couple of years, PBG Paint. Mike Farino. Did Vegas take a lead too early? Potentially. Maybe they should have saved this lead for later in the game. McDavid and Draisaitl up against the boards. Bouchard. McDavid flutters one in. It's Kulak down low. I keep forgetting sometimes Kulak plays with Bouchard. Sometimes that doesn't make sense. Oh, Edmonton. Oh. Vegas breaking in. Oh, nice pass broken up. Great vision by the Vegas player. I didn't see who the Edmonton Oiler was that broke that up, but that was a spectacular play. Nugent Hopkins across the blue line. He should probably shoot there. Hyman driving in through 3 Vegas Golden Knights. And I think he drew a penalty. Or did he hit Aiden Hill and knock his helmet off? Oh, boy. I think Zach Hyman's going to the box, guys. SLS, Adam, I don't know if you noticed, but Sportsnet for the on-ice ads have them digitally on the ice so people can see them clearly. So many ads. Well, it's expensive when you're paying soon to be $1 billion a year in Canada for hockey rights. It's crazy because the Americans are paying like, what is it, $4 billion or something? And Canada, which is a quarter of the size. I don't even know if they're paying $4 billion. It's crazy how much Rogers is going to pay for those. I hope you guys are ready for your cable subscriptions to go up because they're going up. Hawks 23. I don't know if this is just me. I catch myself every now and again calling arenas by their old names. Yes, I went to Rexall Place and watched Nickelback. No, I went to Rexall Place and watched Taylor Swift. Yes, I interviewed Taylor Swift, and then it was crazy. I had pit passes to Taylor Swift. I was right up at the stage. It was pre-1989. It was the Fearless Tour. Really, really good. She's unbelievable. Steven Schiller, Jeff Ducharme, Jeff Skinner. That's Jeffed up. That's true. David Andrews, The Pirate Life. It calls to me. It's so funny. Hayden and Jeremy D both said the same thing at the same time, which is Skydome for life. Hawks 23. I still like to call PBG Paints Mellon Arena. Yep. As in Carnegie Mellon. Here we go. 1 minute left. Short-handed goal for the Edmonton Oilers to finish off the period? Nah, I was hoping. Bouchard. Oh, nice little cross-check there. Punks are punk. I can understand the Jeff and Stuart Skinner mix-up. Oh, here comes McDavid. It'd be nice to see a shorthanded goal. I'm just throwing that out there. I can understand the Stuart Skinner and Jeff Skinner thing, but how do you mix up Nickelback and Taylor Swift? Because I saw Nickelback later that year in Calgary. And Chad Kruger, I was actually backstage, and I was talking to Chad Kruger, super nice guy. Oh, here we go. McDavid, I'm telling you, shorthanded goal to end the period. Here we go. It's going to happen. He almost gets it to Draisaitl. Oh, my God. These two are so insane. Oh, it's Podkolzin. That's just force of habit at this point. Oh, nice little shot by Bouchard there. So, yeah, I was talking to Chad Kruger backstage, and he said, I sound like I'm dropping names here. It literally did happen. I was doing mornings at Virgin Radio, so, they were doing their media stuff. And he said, we just played Rexall Place last night. And he said they had just done 2 nights in Edmonton. And he's like, Calgary better bring it tonight because Edmonton was loud. And I'll tell you something, man. I don't own it. I've never owned a Nickelback CD. I've never purposely gone and been like, I need to stream a Nickelback album. But that freaking concert was one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. And I have a whole bunch of respect for Nickelback, and their music is awesome. I've just heard so much of it that I don't play it or in my own car, but damn, dude. That was a great show. You should go see it. James Stemler, are we going to have to cancel our subscription services to pay for Sportsnet? These companies are going to bankrupt consumers. Yeah, I mean, there will be a tipping point, James. And the tipping point is this. People stop paying for it, and they stream it illegally. The rights are too expensive. They are. They're too much. Hayden asked me, how much is the F1 TV subscription? Are you guys ready for this? F1 TV gives you Formula 1, Formula 2, every practice, every qualifying, interviews, custom content, pre-show, post-show. They have their own play calling staff as well. You ready for this? 24 races a year, $79.99. And how many ads? 0 ads. F1 TV. Crazy. $79. It's like, I don't know, $2 or $3 a game, $2 or $3 a race or something. It's nuts. Max Horowitz asks, yes, but do they nail the apex? No, sir, they do not. That was one of the fastest periods of my whole life. I don't even know when that started, but I feel like that was like half an hour long. Oh, Roman Gagne says that it's now $99.99. They upped the prices this year. Okay, well, that's fair. Still, it's a screaming deal. That's like $4 a race. 24 races, $99.99. That's just F1 races. You also get Formula 2 too if you want to. Lay it on the line's on. There's our lay it on the line counter. So we got 1 Keanu, 1 lay it on the line. Francois Labelle, best show I saw, Queen at Montreal Forum, 81. Dude, that would have been incredible. Oh my God, Queen? I saw Queen with Adam Lambert, and they were very good. But there's nothing like that Queen live at the at Wembley. There's the Live Aid one, and then there's the actual one where Queen just goes and plays Wembley. It's insane. Wes Richard dropping 5 STFan memberships. Thank you, Wes. Jordan asks, push-up time. Jordan's going to do his 10 push-ups for lay it on the line. I like that. VGK Jameson says, no, it has to be fully over the line or it doesn't count. VGK Jameson, there's a song by a Canadian group, and they're called Triumph. Triumph is a great band. They're amazing. believe they're from Halifax. Outstanding voice, great guitars, just perfect 80s music, okay? And they have a song called Lay It on the Line, and it's great. But it's the promo for Sportsnet for the playoffs, and we've heard it no less than 1,000 times since the first round. How much time we got before the period starts there, Hayden? About 15 minutes. What's this? What do we have for a clip? 8-minute clip talking about the Jets and Stars. Oh, you mean like the actual series? Ooh. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna make another coffee, and we're gonna be back for the third period. Have a look at our Jets and Stars breakdown from the SDP.
So I want to move on to Dallas and Winnipeg. And, you know, it was funny. I think it was Jake Beliefs who said this. He's like, oh, man, losing in overtime and then followed up by a non-competitive Western Conference game. This sucks. And he was right. You know,
that does suck.
Sometimes if the Leafs are going to lose, at least it's like, okay, I just need to blow off some steam and watch somebody else play.
Yeah, Jets fans are like, hey, shut up. Yeah. No. I don't expect you to get this. But I assume it was awesome for you.
But Velarde scores 3 minutes in, 7 minutes in.
Game-winning goal.
Yeah.
57 minutes to go.
Ehlers scores at 7:07, and then Lowry and Ehlers got the empty netter later in the game. I asked Jesse in the pregame show. I said, Jesse, listen, Mikko Rantanen, he's on a hat trick in a period streak, which is a wild stat to say.
Insane.
So I said to him, listen, this is a loaded Dallas Stars lineup. Jesse, if it's not going to be Mikko Rantanen scoring tonight, who's it going to be? And Jesse said...
I was like, it's probably going to be Mikko Rantanen if they're going to get a bunch of goals because he's so on fire. And then we kind of landed on Jason Robertson. We'll probably get it going since he's back in the lineup. But, like, Mikko Rantanen has been their offense. Yeah. And he wasn't otherworldly last night. And the Jets did a fantastic job of shutting down their entire forward group. And Connor Hellebuck is in Connor Hellebuck form. And they got a shutout.
I think, did Rantanen hit a post? Like, it's one of those moments. I think he got one early. Just because Drew was watching the game while we were decompressing after the stream, and I could hear him in my ear. He's like, "Oh, Rantanen just hit a post." It's one of those moments where like it goes in. Does it throw Hellebuck off? Do the Stars get fired up? Does the game end up completely different? If ifs and buts for candy and nuts, like if Hellebuck has arrived and is the player who got the Jets to the President's Trophy, got himself in the MVP conversation, got himself a Vezina before it's even been voted on. This is obviously going to be a series. If first round Hellebuck shows up, Stars in 5.
Right.
But
first round on the road Hellebuck.
Well,
remember if you've seen his splits from home and away,
unrecognizable.
He's been the guy from the regular season at home during these playoffs.
And the Stars have already taken one in Winnipeg.
Right. Like, this is, by the way, this is a battle for not just the series today, but also Team USA's starting goal.
It is.
Right,
I mean,
it's not. Right now,
it's not. I mean, it's going to be a factor.
It's not.
It's
I think
not
it absolutely is.
It's
Are you
not
kidding?
At all.
These are the games I would judge these games over judging what happens in the regular season next year.
You know what's funny?
These are the competitive games.
What we know,
like that's really silly.
What we know from Team Canada's,
playoffs, of course.
What we know from Team Canada's Four Nation roster is the beginning, the regular season between October and the tournament had nothing to do with their selection.
No, because they just liked who they liked, and that was who.
And Canada's not alone. Chris Kreider?
Yeah. I mean, wasn't he one of the originals named or something?
That I'm not sure.
I think he might have been, and that was the Rangers coming off a President's Trophy.
Well, and at the time it would have made sense, but if you watched a moment of him playing hockey between October and that tournament starting, you'd never have him. And you're leaving. You're scratching Kyle Connor in the gold medal game.
Kreider.
You're leaving Cole Caulfield at home. Mm-hmm. You didn't even give him the opportunity to be a scratch, and you put that guy in. I think. That's why I kind of think they are deciding it now, because this is playoff hockey, and then the regular season be damned.
So
I don't know. I saw Frank Cervelli tweet that, and I was like, that feels like a forced narrative. I feel like you're going to pick the MVP from the previous season to be your starting goaltender.
So you
And
think Connor Hellebuyck's already got
I'm
it?
surprised you agree with him, Adam.
I do agree with it. I do.
Not,
I 100%.
It's not what I think is smart. It's what I think will happen.
Yeah.
I think those guys are smart. I feel like
Well, they did scratch Kyle Connor in game in the championship.
Yeah, but
game.
I think they're gonna side on Connor Hellebuyck.
No, Jesse's right. 2nd out of 4 ain't bad.
So when I guess when this game goes to Dallas, first off, the Dallas fans are always on their feet. It's super loud in there.
Yep.
Dallas did take one in Winnipeg. I'm less interested in last night's game. I'm more interested in the game on Sunday, because that game is going to be a real sort of like, it's a fork in the road. Which way are we going here? And I would not be shocked to see Dallas get both games at home, just because of the fan support, because of the home and away splits for Connor Hellebuyck. It's like, it just feels like, ooh, I know Winnipeg got that last night, but I'm not fully comfortable thinking they'll get either of the next two games.
Well, they're not getting shut out again. So
No?
I'll
You don't
leave
think
you
so?
with that. At home? No. It's not happening. But I do think there's probably a larger conversation of, hey, someone not named Mikko needs to do something. So that's definitely going to be huge. Now, how do you score on a Hellebuyck who's dialed? Like,
Well, if he's dialed, it's pretty amazing.
the Blues strategy, like, was very obviously huck it at the net because it might go in, or he's going to give up a stupid rebound. If he's like just Terminator, great positionally, the way he usually is in the regular season, I'm not really sure what you do other than crash the net and try to take his eyes away. Is Sam Bennett a star?
No, I think he's a Leaf.
Oh. Well, then
He's a
they're
Leaf.
screwed.
You think so?
Then they're screwed. Looks like Eric Comrie can
Man,
rest
Sam
on the
Bennett,
bench.
if he ever does sign, if he signed in Toronto, he would be suspended half the season. Like he,
Oh. He'd beat Rafi Torres so fast.
100%.
Oh
Now,
my God.
So, Adam, you said you're leaning Stars on Sunday?
I'm leaning Stars for sure. First off, Mikko not scoring is predictable because you can only score that way for so long, and you're going to have a game where they just double team you or triple team you or whatever it is. The rest of the Stars not scoring is something that I could not have calculated, and I don't think that can hold.
Holding a lead for 57 minutes in a playoff game,
Unheard of.
It's not just the goalie, it's the whole team. So huge shout out to the Jets. That's how they won games.
Yeah.
In the regular season. Like this is we keep talking about how the playoffs are a completely different game. When you look like the President's Trophy winners and you're able to play the style that got you here from October to April in May, it's a good position to be in.
Mark Scheifele is a dog. Absolute
Man.
dog. For that guy to be injured as he was, like didn't play game 7. You
Another
gotta
guy
be
who
hurt.
wasn't in the Four Nation faceoff.
Yeah. Dog. Now there's a guy that I think will be on the Olympic team. Dog.
He's
Absolute
such a good goal
dog.
scorer. He's so good. He's like that shot is such a weapon. It's such a weapon. There maybe holes in his game. Oh man, it's just such a touch of God.
I also want to say that Pierre-Luc Dubois trade to LA continues to just be one of the better trades the Winnipeg Jets have ever made. You know, guys like what Velarde has brought to this team just on his own.
Man, that guy's great.
Yeah, I
Saved
keep-
my fantasy bacon.
I'm
this
looking at
season.
Gabe Velarde. I'm going, man, the Canes sure could have used him in the first round.
Yeah, Velarde. Iafalo's been very useful.
Yes.
Yep.
Good players. Now, moving on to the other series. So tonight, obviously, I'm going to be doing game. Is it game 3? Edmonton. Yeah, Edmonton,
Yes.
Vegas. I can't even remember what day it is. That series has been it's been awesome. It's just been awesome, head to toe, amazing hockey.
When was the last normal game the Oilers played?
They don't play normal games.
No.
You can't. I mean, the last normal game they played is when LA beat them.
Is Vegas going to be smart and concede the first goal? Edmonton playing from behind is the best team in the history of the sport.
Guys, I'm eating a Larabar. I can't tell if I like it or not. Every time I eat a Larabar, I'm like, I'm not sure if I like this. Apparently, Drew doesn't like that we bought this. What does Drew want? And Drew said, "Who bought these? These fucking suck." I have to be honest. That's what we're eating. A lot of sugar in this, but it's all natural sugars, I guess. Yeah. Is there any Lara Bar tastes mid but feels healthy, even though it's probably not? So here's my question. Rickman, Adam, what's your username on the Fantasy Stars app? I found Steve and Jesse pretty easily, but I couldn't find yours. Let me find out for you. It should be. Weirdly enough, they wouldn't allow me to use Adam Wylde because apparently Adam is a band name. Can you believe that? So give me a sec. The app is not loading for me right now. Hang on. I'm doing this right now. Oh, it logged me out. Do I continue with Google? I guess so. Continue. Oh, now it wants me to update. Oh, God. Oh, God. By the way, this is a really fun app. You guys should try it. They are a client of ours, so I'll be open about that, but they're not paying for this. Account. Okay, so my display name is Wylde. Wylde. That's how you find me. Jordan S. If Atlanta gets the team again, they definitely have to be the Thrashers. What if they were the Flames, Jordan? And Jordan, what if they laid it on the line? Are there any suggestions for Atlanta's new team yet? I don't think so. I haven't seen anything about the name. The name is so far in the future. But I imagine they're going to go with something that's Atlanta E. I just don't know what it would be. I haven't spent a lot of time in Atlanta. Like I don't know what you would call it. Is anybody from Atlanta? Anybody been to Atlanta? Like what's the state bird? What's the most dangerous predator in Georgia? If you can tell me that. Atlanta carjackers. That's anywhere. In Ontario, it's bike jackers. People just steal your bike so easily here. The state bird is a thrasher, actually. It's called a thrasher? That's a bird? Wait, what? I thought it was a verb, not a bird. Like I thought they were like, oh, they thrash. And by the way, nothing about a thrasher looks intimidating. Here, hold on. Most dangerous predator in Georgia. I don't freaking know what. Man, I've never heard of a thrasher. Remember, every time Steve brings up birds on the podcast, I want to go bury my head in the toilet. Or his. So here's a good one. So you got alligators, you got fire ants, you got a cottonmouth snake. Why not? Okay, so they do have widow spiders. They have brown recluse spiders. Coral snakes, they've got copperhead snakes. Why not the Atlanta copperheads? Go look up a copperhead snake. They're badass. Atlanta copperheads? Tell me you wouldn't love that. Or there's a scarlet king snake. So you make the jerseys scarlet colored and you call them the king snakes. So if any other team enters the league and tries to have a snake name, well, you're the king snake. So you're the better snake anyway. We need a snake logo in the league. We do. I don't think there are any snake logos. Oh, Diamondbacks. Yeah. Diamondbacks. Another one could be they also have fire ants. Can you imagine that? The Atlanta Fire Ants. I don't think that would work. I don't like that as much. There's also the yellow fever mosquito, which is something you probably shouldn't make into a team. Yellow fever is nothing to be messed with. We don't like that. Lee says, why not the Atlanta laying it on the line? It's a good question. Or the Atlanta Triumph, laying it on the line for their fans. Oh, that's funny. Jesse Addington says, no, Adam, what we need yet is another black and gold and or yellow or blue jersey in this league. I'm telling you, if you had a scarlet jersey and you did it right, it would look sick. And plus, the Montreal Canadiens can't have all the red, all right? It can't just be the Canadiens with a red team. By the way, period is underway. Is the Canes and Capitals series exciting? It's not. Sorry. This one is, though. 3-2 Vegas. Francois Labelle, Copperhead would be cool. There are probably other teams with that name. Yeah, but are they in the NHL? And are they a pro team? No. Lisa says, and they could wear a peachy orange as their third jersey. Ooh, I like that. So you have scarlet, or copper. Like a copper colored jersey could be sick, right? So you have like a copper like the Copperheads, and then you could have like on your shoulder patch, it could be a peach for a Georgia peach, right? And then your third jersey is a peach, and it's peach colored. Let's get friggin' crazy here, guys. 75% of the entire East bracket was red this year. Yeah, but let's be honest. It could be more red. Murgle Schmurgle says, what about Atlanta Aliens? The Atlanta CNNs. The Atlanta Ted Turners. The Atlanta Gridlock? That does kind of... If they're a strong defensive team, and it could just be a sweet car, I kind of like that. Tham says, what about the Atlanta Delta Airlines? When you pay for your seat at the arena, you're not guaranteed to get it. I'm not taking any shots, but it did happen to me once. Francois Labelle, don't touch my Habs. The Avs nickname is already too close. Oh, what about the Atlanta Coca-Cola plant? Well, that's good. T.A. Neiman, Atlanta is the worst city to drive, and thus Gridlock is the perfect name. I didn't know that. I didn't know the traffic was that bad down there. Mostly because I come from a city where traffic is considered the worst in North America, even worse than LA. Using another person's suggestion, Firebird Phoenix to come out of the flames. Oh, I like that very much. So they've had the Flames and the Thrashers, right? So they've had a fire team and a bird team. Well, what about a Firebird? Could be the Atlanta Firebirds. Atlanta Firebirds would be cool. Atlanta Phoenix would be cool. Because I don't know if you can say Phoenix, because Phoenix is going... The literal city of Phoenix is coming into the league eventually. They're going to be called the Coyotes. But what are you going to have? The Atlanta Phoenix versus the Phoenix Coyotes? Oh, Bouchard with a shot. Atlanta Outcast. How about the Atlanta Miss Jacksons? Ooh. Every time they score, everybody just goes, ooh. And you'd be like, wait, they're called that? And you can go, I am for real. Bill Monroe, Atlanta Nordiques. So much easier when they move. That's funny. That is funny. Steeson Schiller, the Atlanta Atlantis. Plural mascots are overrated. How about the Atlanta Third Time's the Charm? This is some good names, guys. This is a good brainstorming sesh we got going on here. Oh, McDavid does not like that. I think he beat out the icing there, too. I don't blame him. By the way, for everybody saying, I hope you're enjoying your microwave coffee. This is fresh out of the pot. Not microwaved, at least not yet. Max Horowitz, should we brainstorm Houston? All right. I'm going to look this up. Most dangerous predator in Texas. Alligators, brown recluse spiders, kissing bugs. So the Houston kissing bugs. Ooh, and they're bugs. And they're both boys. Have you guys seen that TikTok? That's one of my favorite sounds on TikTok. Houston, there's scorpions. Houston Scorpions. Mama, that would be a great name. Houston Rattlesnakes. They also have a lot of feral pigs in Texas. So maybe the what was Pumbaa? Warthog. Houston Warthogs. Arr. NASA's headquarters are there too? Oh, that's why they're called the Rockets. Houston, we have a problem. Yeah, I get it. Okay. All right. Still, I like animals. But yeah, okay. The Houston what could they be? They have diamondbacks, they have armadillos, they have mountain lions, they have black bears. They got snakes. Now they got Portuguese man-o-wars. Now, a Portuguese man-o-war is not a ship. It is a jellyfish. And apparently it sucks to get stung by one. I've never been stung by a jellyfish. Houston Cougars, the Houston Hunky Dories, the Houston Problems, the Houston Launchers, Houston Dynasty. Oh, that's good. That's funny because Dynasty in Houston. Houston Stampede. Some good opportunity. I still think Atlanta Copperheads is my absolute favorite. Sheba says, what about the Outlaws or Bandits? In Houston? Is that what they're known for? Houston Cosmos, Houston Aliens. Oh, what about the Houston Gray Men? You know, because that's what they call aliens, the little gray men. And they just kind of, and literally their mascot is an alien. How friggin' cool. Oh! Adam Henrique just knocked Nick Hague in the face, too. Henrique! Oilers pressing here. By the way, this start to the third is like the start to the second. We're 7 minutes into it, and there's not a whistle in sight. Oh, how did Henrique totally beat that out? Oh, they're going to be pissed about that. That's twice in a row. Houston Voyagers, Atlanta Firebirds, Quebec Northmen, San Diego Sails. Oh, CJ Knapp, need a time check. I will check in on the time. My friend. By the way, thank you all for joining me tonight. I'm so happy that you're here. We're just having the best time. 13:41 is on the clock. I'm going to give you a clap here so we can, you ready? Align your stream with my clap. Boom. Face off dropped. It was at 13:41. Steven Schiller, ignore Houston and Atlanta. Move the Panthers to Miami. Rename them the Pitbulls. Make their players wear all white suits and shave their heads. Profit. Good point. And name the arena Don't Stop the Party Arena. Oh! They can't. They won't. They never will. Stop the party. Steven, I love the way you think. I just want you to know that. Dale. Yeah, so their third jersey could just say Dale on it. The Dale Arena. There'd be a bunch of old people going, the Dale Arena? What? Why is it called the Dale? Oh, apparently I missed a super chat, and Hayden sent it to me. Thanks, Hayden. Jiayu Wang. So if Atlanta, Houston, and Arizona are getting a team, who is getting the fourth? It's going to be another American market. Could be Kansas City. I would think Kansas City is probably like the most likely. Could be San Diego. Hayden asked about Hartford. No, Hartford's too small now. It's not that Hartford's got smaller. It's just the NHL's bigger. And Hartford has not grown with it. So I don't think the Whalers are ever coming back. I would not be surprised if Portland, Oregon comes up at some point because they've got the Blazers and the guy that owns Nike, the guy that created Nike, literally Phil Knight, literally out of the back of his car. It's a crazy book, by the way. You should read that book. That is a crazy ass book. What he went through to get Nike going is like, it's insane. But he's been trying to buy the Portland Trail Blazers forever, and the owner won't sell. And he's a big basketball guy. He's not necessarily a big hockey guy, but I just kind of wonder if you could get Phil Knight on board. If they can support an NBA team there, I think they can support an NHL team, no problem. The Albuquerque left turns. Stop. IDK says Caps Canes was so much better than this. You must be a Canes fan because even Caps fans would be like, no, it wasn't. Adam Kerr, Albuquerque will get an NHL team too one day. Well, let's look that up. Population of Albuquerque. It's only 560,000. What's the metro area? So, like, Tucson's bigger than Albuquerque, but I guess it's the surrounding area. Like, yeah, is Santa Fe close to Albuquerque? Guys, do we know? Francois LaBelle dropping 5 SDPN memberships. Francois, I'm happy to hear that you are currently winning the battle with your couch over falling asleep. Good for you. Emo Jalapeno, sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for eels. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I am several fish and not a guy. I've never heard that before. I really like that. I appreciated that. Being a father, 12:26 left in the third period. Hayden said it was terrible, Emo, but I support you. Hayden says Dark Horse City to get a team. Where is it? Is Austin, Texas big enough, Hayden? Population of Austin, Texas. Yeah, Austin, Texas is as big as Albuquerque. So yeah. Well, why wouldn't San Antonio get one then? Because San Antonio is 1.5 million. I can see a world where there's 4 teams in Texas. Texas is huge. Also, it makes sense to have a ton of American markets. There should be 32 American markets, maybe 33, because all the other leagues have that. And then you have the reason I say 33 American markets is you include that with 7 Canadian, and now you got 40 markets. The other one that is not on people's radars that it should be. So you get Arizona's getting a team, Atlanta's getting a team, Houston's getting a team. What about Mexico City? The population of Mexico City is like 80% of the size of Canada. Mexico City is so big. Population of Mexico City. No, that's not true. Oh, the federal district. Oh, yeah. So the metro area of Mexico City. So Mexico City and the surrounding area, it's more than 50% of Canada's population. 23 million people in Mexico City. 23 million. That's an insane number. Are you telling me that you can't find 20,000 people to pack that arena every night? I think you can. And apparently Mexico City is a really cool place. Mexico City would make a ton of sense, I think. Lisa says, I do not want 40 teams in this league. Lisa, you're not going to get a choice. All the leagues are going to 40. All of them. It's just what's going to happen. Populations are growing. I mean, not right now in the States. I won't get into it, but Super Chat there mentioned Orlando. Hayden doesn't think Florida could support another team. I tend to agree, although Orlando, I don't know. Orlando's an interesting one because Disney's right there. Florida's a tourist state, right? And I don't mean that as a bad thing. I mean that as that's a compliment to them. That's an interesting one. Cincinnati. I don't know that Ohio can support another team. I just don't know. I know they get the Reds. I know they get the Bengals. I don't know if business is booming in Cincinnati. I know it certainly isn't in other parts of Ohio. I'm not sure what the situation is in Cincinnati, but I feel like that could be a place that would work, but I think you go bigger first. That's why I say Mexico City would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? You get like a Mexican billionaire like Carlos Slim on that. He owns a lot of the media in Mexico. Steven Schiller says Orlando barely has the Solar Bears. Solar Bears used to be the ECHL affiliate of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Hayden says, what happens first, team in Mexico or team in Europe? I hope team in Mexico, but Alan has said on the podcast before, he's like, it's not going to be, it would not be out of the realm for there to be NHL teams in Europe in the next 10 years. And he was talking about like a London, Paris, Berlin, Stockholm, Helsinki. Like it could have its own division. It would fundamentally change the way the NHL, like the way they schedule things. So instead of, you probably wouldn't see every team every year, but every 2 years, say your team would go on a Euro trip. Will the Oilers tie this game? Hell yeah, they will. It's coming. Look at Draisaitl busting through the neutral zone. Mad Flant says travel would be insane. That's a bad idea. Is it that bad though? I'll give you some idea of the travel. So, Arvidsson breaking through. So it took a Florida to Edmonton flight's about 7 hours, right? That's the furthest cup final we've ever seen. The biggest distance between two cities. Isn't it roughly 7 hours? Even to go from like a Boston to an LA, it's 4 or 5. Oh, what a save by Skinner! Woo, baby! Holy moly! Wow. I'll get back to the flights. Okay, yeah, that's a great save. Skinner keeping the Oilers in the game. Skinner's back. And by the way, it's Stuart Skinner. I know, Jordan, you're watching. You want me to do push-ups. Sir. Stuart Skinner. I feel much better now that I've had that coffee. Okay, so what's the flight? Flight across North America? I mean, like for me to go from Toronto to Calgary, it was 5 hours. So when you look at how long it takes to get from New York to, say, Los Angeles, 4 or 5 hours at least, maybe even 6 in some cases, is it that crazy to think that a team from Europe, where it takes 7 hours to get to North America or otherwise, is that crazy? Especially if you go on like a run through Europe? I don't think that's that crazy. Plus, maybe the airplanes get a little faster. I mean, at one point, you used to be able to do on those, what were those super fast jets called? You used to be able to do Canada to Europe in like 3 hours? What were those big crazy ass jets called? Anyway. Concorde. That's right, James. A Concorde jet. Yeah. I'm not saying they're bringing Concordes back. I'm just saying it's possible that, we get to a point where people go, we could just make a faster plane. It doesn't have to be Concorde fast. Actoscat says Vancouver versus Berlin Cup final is going to be crazy. Man, it'd be nuts. I also think like there's an opportunity there if you have like European teams and you have a North American teams that they play each other first in the playoffs. Like there's the Euro division, there's the North American divisions, and then they kind of work their way up, and then you have like a conference final that includes all the teams. I don't know how you do it, but I do think it's going to happen. Oh, I love when they play Du Hast at the Oilers games. Du Hast. Oh, Vegas, man, pushing. Edmonton only has 15 shots. You got to give credit to where it's due. Vegas has done a great job shutting them down after the first 10 minutes of this game. Edmonton really just has not had a lot of looks. There have been good ones. They fumbled them. Good. Another great save by Hurdle there. Or sorry, Skinner on Hurdle. Gravely digs. Concord grapes, underrated. Seeds, though. That's true. But you get that fun, like if you're outside eating Concord grapes, you go like you're in the old South. You just anyway. Hot today. Hot yesterday. Same as tomorrow. Jared says Rammstein have got to be one of the most overrated bands ever. Well, you know what? Let me ask you this. Did other bands do Host? No? Well, James Stemler, a couple of accidents aside, a bunch of countries started banning Concords from their airspace due to the sonic booms becoming problematic. Oh, fair enough. It's kind of neat how that all works, by the way. Draisaitl bringing the puck up through. 7:30 left in this third period, guys. It's going to be It's a one-goal game, and it involves the Oilers, and here come the Vegas Golden Knights, and Stuart Skinner made the save. And by the way, they could have made it a lot harder on him had they made the pass, but they didn't. Zach Hyman. Ooh, hit pretty hard there. Bouchard across the ice to McDavid, driving towards the net. Shot by Draisaitl, and he just friggin' missed it. And a bunch of Oilers fans thought that was in. By the way, that is where Draisaitl scores from. That is a Leon Draisaitl-ass goal right there, but it didn't go in. Man, look at Draisaitl. This is where he shoots, but the puck's just a little off. It's right there. It's such a weird angle. Nobody scores from there like this man. Nobody. Oilers are going to tie this game, guys. Hayden says Kaprizov would have scored that. Marty Walsh, Adam, LA to London is 10.5 hours. So is it that crazy that... So let's say LA's on a road trip, and they go to New York, and they go to Boston, and they go to Toronto, Montreal, and then they go over to Europe. It's not that crazy. And they all fly private. Yeah, come on. All right, here we go. Oilers breaking out again. And that's an icing. That was a not great pass. That was not super duper. Nuge wins the draw. 6:32 left in the third, by the way, guys. All right. You know what? Listen, Oiler fans in the chat. If you can make Bruce Cassidy's life hard, you got to take that opportunity. Do it for me. Bruce Cassidy broke my heart year after year after year. He stuffed Mike Babcock into a friggin' locker in the late 2010s. Those Leafs-Bruins series. Mike Babcock got so outcoached, it was insane. So if there's a way that you can make Bruce Cassidy upset, I say you take it. McDavid almost did it right there. They're so good. And they're going to just cheat offense. This is what you're here for. You're here to watch the Oilers cheat for offense. What else do you want in your life? Oh, you want to do something else? You couldn't pay me to watch anything else right now. Oilers fighting for a goal with 5 minutes to go. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. What's that? Oh, Hawks. NHL hockey with UEFA Champions League style playoff would be a sight to behold in the best way possible. I think that's eventually where it's going. Remember, The whole point of a business is to grow it. Why would you leave out Europe, where so much money and potential is? And by the way, they like hockey over there. It's growing. 518. So Nuge is out there. I think Corey Perry is still out there. Kane, listen to that line. Kane, Perry, and Nuge. And I think Hyman's going to get out there now. Hayden says 30% of the league is already European. They're definitely going. I agree. I think it is going to happen. It's just going to look a lot different than the NHL of today, and traditionalists get mad. And hey, by the way, life moves on, and let's make it harder. Let's make it more fun. There'll probably be a North American Cup and a Euro Cup, and then there'll be the Stanley Cup. It'll be cool. I just need the Leafs to win the Cup before that happens. Because if it becomes even harder to win the Cup, I'm just not sure it's going to happen in my lifetime. I need it to happen this year, actually. I need it so friggin' bad. Oh, there's Kieto. Add it to the counter, guys. Mr. Reeves. Like I believe he plays video games. He's too cool for that. Hayden says that Keanu Reeves went to high school with his mom. Did she know him, Hayden? They had class together. Was he a nice guy? Apparently, he's exactly the same now. So he's just like a legit cool dude. Oh, that's so cool. The Freak Show 777 feels like there's no point to watching an Oilers third period. Why? Is it because you know what's going to happen, as in they're going to tie it up? Rusty Mitchell, but logic doesn't apply to NHL management decisions. Well, Rusty, at some point here, we're going to get a new commish. And life's going to change. Odessa says Keanu Reeves owes me a ham sandwich. You're going to have to expand on that. What do you mean by that? Guard of Life says, where are the Keanu graphics? Well, we can't just make them mid-game. That's a post-game thing that we got to do, and we'll bring it back for Game 4. So Monday night. Monday night? Saturday. It's Saturday, right? What day is it? Is it Saturday? It is Saturday. Sorry, guys. Jesse didn't know what day it was today either at one point. Like I told you, the playoffs are a little bit of like that weird time between Christmas and New Year's where you're like, I don't know what day it is. That's how I feel. I just know there's hockey on tonight, and I know I got to work, and I'm down. Emo Jalapeno. Adam, I could tell you didn't get the SpongeBob reference, and that's okay. You know what? I don't know SpongeBob all that well. That predates me by just a few years. Dave Stangl, Bettman for life. I'm sure he'd like it that way. Okay, here comes Arvidsson. Down deep, 3:54 left. Oilers looking for a goal. This fourth line almost had one earlier in the game, and they've had opportunities all series long to bury it. I think Janmark had one in game 1. It's not Wallman, it's Klingberg. Wallman and Klingberg have essentially the same number, 96 and 36. Looks exactly the same. Draisaitl, cross the crease. Boom. Shot from the point. Rebound. Oh, what a save by Aiden Hill. What a save. It looked like a for sure goal. Wow. Wait till they show you the replay on this one. That is crazy. JSK, Adam, I think you mean you predate SpongeBob. Yes. Yo, look at this save. So McDavid makes the zone entry. Draisaitl gets it across, but nobody there. Wallman shoots from the point, and look at this. McDavid, they got to slow that down. Why didn't they slow that down? Slow it down, guys. Oh, they're not going to show it. Guys, slow down. I want to see that. That was a crazy save. But the Oilers are threatening. All they have to do is keep these opportunities coming. And you know they will. McDavid flutters one in. Aiden Hill catches it. Somehow through that mess of bodies, he saw it. I don't know how he did it. A. Sims, has Wallman ever hit the gritty as an Oiler? I don't believe so. But there's always time. It's not no, it's not yet. Oh, you'd have to. Hayden says, how many likes to see you hit your gritty? 1,500. 1,000 to see feet, 1,500 to see me hit the gritty. 3:08 left in the third. McDavid down low. By the way, apparently TNT got to see the. Oh, they score! Connor McDavid, how the hell did he score from that angle? Get the hell out of here. This guy is insane. This guy's insane. Like, what do you say about Connor McDavid at this point? That's just insane. How does that go in? We got a tie friggin'. We're going to overtime again. Strap in, kids. It's going to be a late night. OT, baby. So McDavid wins the draw. Puck goes back to him. Point, and then back to him, and he shoots. Cuts back. Wait, what is it? What does that go off of? Does it go off of a Golden Knights defenseman? Oh, it does. Oh, that sucks. Oh, man, and it goes off McNabb, I think. Oh, wow. And it's loud at Rogers Place. Listen to them. I bet it's even louder outside. Look at the fans. They're just losing it. Icing. Oilers are about to get an offensive zone faceoff. Tyson Bennett, the vision to see that skate. I don't think that he saw that skate that way. I think he was trying to pass it. But, you know. Prophet says, lay it on the line. I would say that, listen to the Oiler fans. Look at them. They're just standing and giving them an ovation. Man, this team is nuts. It's so much fun. Hyman, Nuge, and it's Hyman, Draisaitl, McDavid. Oh, they're getting the band back together here. Draisaitl loses the draw. Might not matter, though, because the Oilers got possession of the puck. Draisaitl against the wall. Puck back out to the point. Wallman was looking for the shot there. Oh, the crowd's chanting, Aiden. Wallman to Bouchard. Yeah, Wallman-Bouchard as a defense pairing if you want a goal. That's pretty good. 2:15 left in the third, guys. Can Edmonton score again? Okay, here's a question for the chat. Are we doing this in regulation? Is this game going to be done in regulation? Okay, Oilers stick. Oh! Nurse with a shot! Oh, the way that went, the goalie frozen like that, I'm like, that might have been in. Whew. Whew. Are we getting OT? Hey, Robert, can we get a chat question? OT or regulation? Is this going to OT or regulation? And who scores the winner? Man, the Oilers are sick. Oh, and that sucks for McNabb. Gutsy of him to even be playing after what happened to him last game. I'm going to say regulation. Jesse Addington, OT, we never play regulation anymore. True. 1:54 left in the GOM. Here we go. By the way, chat, hit me up with some likes. If you're new to the chat, I noticed that we gained about 100 people in the last couple minutes. Just drop a little like in there. It's free, and it helps this reach more people, and I'd really appreciate you. What a GOM. What a GOM. Click like, click subscribe, click love if you can. There's a little heart there. Look, I'm putting the heart in the chat. There you go. That's me. Dropping the hearts in the chat. Vegas with a shot. Oh, that was close. 1:25 left in the third. Guys, we have less than 90 seconds in this regulation. Oh, man. Woo! Close moments there. Heart in your throat. Edmonton is able to prevent Vegas from getting that last shot. Theodore. Oh. How did Theodore miss? Oh, it went off of Arvidsson's skate. Or was that Janmark? It was Arvidsson. Guys, we're going to have some fun tonight. We're over 500 likes. Let's go. All right. 119 left in the third. That means very little time. Just about 79 seconds is what it means. Carl the Man 21 says, I'm ready to sleep with the sun up in Sweden. It's almost 6 a.m. here. I never miss the Stanley Cup playoffs. Carl, maybe you'll get lucky. And John Klingberg, one of your native countrymen, scores the winning goal tonight. Then it will make staying up worth it. By the way, how's Sunday morning? Please say hi to it for us. Wallman across. Oh, we got a race for a puck here. Noah Hannafin sends it around. 43 seconds to go. Nurse. Here comes Connor Brown, game one hero. Kulak played in some pretty key situations today already. 27 seconds to go. McDavid behind the net. Puck out to Kulak. I'm still surprised Kulak's out there, to be honest with you. He might be too. 15 seconds to go. Carlson. All right. Guys, we got some OT. 5 seconds to go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no goal. Riley Smith thinks it's in. If that went in, I want to see the replay. If that went in, I was wrong with 5 seconds to go. Riley Smith thought it was in. Is it? Hold on. This game is not over. No way. No way. Knights are celebrating. Did it go in with 0.5? No! Draisaitl put it in his own net. Play is under review. Why? Draisaitl put it into his own net, guys. Oh my God, that's nuts. That's nuts. How did that happen? And all the Oilers stopped playing too. It's a goal. Wow, what a finish. If Draisaitl lets that go, we're going to overtime. Riley Smith, 2 goals tonight. Jeff Skinner, I kind of wish tried a little harder on that too. I'm not going to lie. Dive for it, Jeff. Dive for it, Jeff. Dive, Jeff. Oh. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. That's so nuts. So the game is still on because we have 0.4 to go. Man, Oiler fans, like, just getting jacked for overtime. McDavid is the hero, it looks like, and then it is over. That is a kick square in the nuts. Like, right between them. That is, wow. Did I say Jeff Skinner? Well, Stuart Skinner. Wow. Listen, that overtime would have been sick. I'm kind of pissed we got robbed of that overtime. Oh. I feel, if you're an Oiler fan and you're watching this right now, I feel for you. Because I, as a Leaf fan, have seen horrendous collapses late in games. So many times. So many more times, I think, than you have. I'm something of a connoisseur of late game collapses and heartbreak. And let me tell you, that freaking sucks. Now, if you're a Vegas fan, That's the greatest. Is that the greatest playoff finish of your entire life? And Riley Smith, who spent a couple years away from Vegas in Pittsburgh and New York, and he kind of looked lost without the Vegas Golden Knights crest on his jersey, coming back, being the opening goal hero for Vegas, and then being the end of game hero too. What a finish. Did I miss two super chats? Wes Richard just got back. What the hell did I miss? Wes, you missed a crazy Riley Smith goal with 0.5 or 0.4 left to go in the game. Holy. Francois Lebel. So I did beat the couch. Francois, you've won the battle. You stayed awake, my friend. Congratulations. Wow. Francois M. Trauma. So Calvin Pickard is still undefeated. Stuart Skinner is still winless. The Oilers' goaltending giveth. The Oilers' goaltending taketh away. Wow. I'm still processing this, you know? Like, think about that. Hayden, can you do me a favor? Can you look up, is it possible to look up like game-winning goals scored with the least amount of time left on the clock? Like, is that the latest goal we've ever seen in a Stanley Cup playoff game, is my point. But that was 1.6 seconds. So, okay. But that was a series-winning goal. No, it was a series-tying goal. So, because the game continued after that, right? Remember, because it was Cole Perfetti tipped it in? That was a tying goal. For a game winner, is that the latest a game winner has been scored? Because here's the thing. The Jets one, Hayden makes a good point. The Jets one's one of the latest goals ever scored in a Stanley Cup playoff game, but it is obviously not a game winner, right? They won that game in overtime. Marvin says, Leon, the new hero to zero in Vegas. Tyler Johnson versus Montreal and Tampa. What was that one? Do you guys know? Tampa won against Montreal in Game 3 to take a 3-0 series lead back in 2015 with about a second left. Maybe less, says Jared. UC Jokinen goal in 2009. Like that, this might be a record-breaking goal. Like at 0.4 or 0.5 left. That's nuts, dude. I'm going to put this out on Twitter. Has anyone ever scored a Stanley Cup playoff winning goal with less than 0.4? Is that the latest GWG in the... James Stemler. Jets was the latest tying goal in playoff history. Yes. Wes Richard. At least it's not Riley who scores on his own net. Yo, VGK Jameson's having a night. VGK Jameson, his night went from yay to oh shit to yeah. I can only imagine what your voice is like. I bet it's torn up. Jiayu Wang, no words. I am not okay. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That's just a... Listen, I said it with the Leafs today. The Leafs scored on themselves twice and then let Thomas Nosek flutter one in on them. I know he didn't ultimately get the goal. I think it was Jonah Gadjevich that scored. I think the Leafs clean their shit up and they win this game in their last game. Edmonton, same thing. Clean your shit up. You'll win the game. You're a little too messy tonight. You spent a little too much time letting Vegas dictate play. Edmonton will be fine. Yeah, that's nuts. Here's what I wish Skinner does a little bit. I wish he stays high in his crease and stays in the net. If he doesn't come out, Riley Smith gets a shot on him. And I'm not saying it's all his fault, but I do think Skinner overcommits and comes out a little too far. Wow. Dude. Wow. Marvin says Skinner positioning was bad. I think it was too. I think the positioning was bad. I don't think Skinner's positioning tonight was great, but I don't blame him. It's been a while. Rusty Mitchell, Kadri 2020 play-in seeding, round robin. He scored a 0.1 second goal. Man, I don't remember that, but I barely remember those playoffs because friggin' COVID. Tyler Johnson might be the one. The 0.1 second. Maybe Kadri as well. Wow. That's just nuts. That's just nuts. Hayden asked a good question. Is that Edmonton's Jim Hiller moment? That's a good question. So that means we're going to get a game 5, which is interesting because we're going to have, obviously, we're going to have the game Monday, but then we're going to have, because they're skipping tomorrow night, obviously. And then we got a game Wednesday, too. And that means that Leafs and Oilers will play on the same night. Basically, the remainder of this series. So we're going to have Steve, and then we're going to have me. And they're going to just be joint streams because the NHL wants me to hate my life. Not because I don't want to follow Steve. I totally do. But it's just like, can we have them on opposite nights, please? I might have to work some jet streams in there. Wow. Absolute wow. Here's the deal. I don't think people are asking, like, is this the Jim Hiller moment? Is this the thing that breaks the Oilers? Well, it broke their streak. The Oilers will be fine. But Skinner's, they need to get a Cal Pickard back. They do. They do. The Nerd Nest says, don't cross your streams. Ha ha. Ha ha. Oh, that's funny. Wow. We going to get you just rambling to Steve post-game again? Yeah, why not, Melon? Why not? I'm wondering, too, like, what do I do here? I guess I could do... Oh, okay. I see why. Now I see why Mark Stone left, too. That doesn't look good. Anyway, long story short, guys, that was a crazy-ass game. And that was a lot of fun. And I enjoyed hanging out with you. Gripper Nation, I will see you guys again Monday, and then Wednesday, and then Friday, and then Sunday. We are going to have a grand old time. This series has been spectacular, and I'm sure it will continue. So next Edmonton Oilers home game is game 4. Hopefully it doesn't end in heartbreaking fashion, and we will rock and roll on Monday night. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Everybody's going to go home right now. Hayden and Robert are actually already at home, but I want to give a big shout out to Robert for moderating, Hayden for producing, you for watching. I love you guys. Been a real blast. Join me again Monday. Oilers Golden Knights, game 4. I'll see you then.